Spin City.
And I can't hear.
Willie, you can't hear?
There we go. I had my headphones in the other.
Hey, I see Alpina's back.
He is.
Alpina's back, and you're gonna be
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Alpina, I might have to stop following you on Twitter. It's just too many passionate sports takes.
Too many?
You don't seem to be real high on Johnny Manziel.
I just think, he is what he is. He is what he is. He's 5'11". He's kind of like a cocky frat boy. I don't know. Just don't like him.
Doug, there that is.
It was just one game.
Based
on one game, you
No. I'm basing the frat boy hatred on everything that he's kind of been like his whole...
So you don't like frat guys? I mean, that seems like that's the core of the issue.
I was a frat guy. So was I. So was Tim.
But did you do money signs?
Doug?
Well, I didn't have any money.
Nothing's changed.
I did on my computer printouts.
You did?
Yeah.
You did? That's good. That's good. I don't know. I just think that, do you think that he's the answer in Cleveland? Not that there's any answer in Cleveland?
We're not going to get into that.
The Fan Page Club Championship at Gateway National Golf Course, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it, is officially underway. A bunch of guys went out in the heavy wind conditions and complained about the rules. People got eliminated. You can't even come out and see the tournament, but you can follow it on social media. Check out TMA STL on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all the updates and videos of guys making like triple bogeys to win the hole. Pretty dumb stuff. Brought to you by The Morning After and Michelob Ultra.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Tullamore Dew is one of the best-known and most loved Irish whiskeys in the world. Founded in 1829 in the town of Tullamore and inspired by early owner Daniel E. Williams, whose initials live on each bottle to this day. As one of the world's top 2 Irish whiskeys, Tully prides itself on exceptional liquid quality. The original triple blend of malt whiskey, grain whiskey, and pot still whiskey come together to create an unrivaled taste and character like no other in the category. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly. Hey, this is Tim McKernan. The Ryan Kelly Morning After exists because of the name on the show, and that's Ryan Kelly. You have been our title sponsor for a decade. You are the one we thank, and many people around town, the one that gets the blame for the show.
I do get the blame, too. I get all the glory and all the blame. I got to tell you, it's just humbling to hear what you just said. I remember I started with the text line sponsorship, and then after the first day, I go, I'll take the whole show. I love it so much. And refinance or buying a house, why'd you go anywhere else? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Maggie O'Brien's, your go-to Irish pub in St. Louis for over 42 years. Host any size event at our downtown location. Ride our shuttle to and from concerts, Blues and Cardinals games, and make sure to grab a drink and a bite to eat before all of them. Trying to watch the big game? We have it on one of our many TVs at our Sunset Hills location. Come join the fun and see what the buzz is all about. Maggie O'Brien's, 2 great locations. Sunset Hills on South Lindbergh, just south of Watson Road. In downtown at 20th and Market Street. Union Station is next to us.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, the Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis, you are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, the Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, the all-new The Morning After STL app, and get in where you fit in, fools, because right now it is an orgy. At youtube.com/TMASTL. Friends of the Feather are coming off their sapphic celebrations of the Blues, defeating the Minnesota Wild to advance to the second round against the Stanley Steamer and his Colorado Avalanche.
They were sapphic celebrations?
That's correct.
Right after the game? Or during the game? Once it looked like they had it?
I think the second period was kind of a statement when they got 22 shots, and the boys from Minnesota and the fan who covers the team for the Athletic kind of realized it might not work out this time.
Well, it didn't work out well for them. It's a dominant performance by the Blues. Bennington looked outstanding. Special teams. Don't forget about the special teams. Both the PK and the PP. They just look great all the way around. Passing the puck around like it's on a string. O'Reilly looking fantastic. Letty with a nice little...
How many Bengals did he tally over the course of the series?
5.
That's right.
Yeah. He was pretty quiet offensively during most of the regular season. Although he did get 20, but it was kind of... he was the last one to get it, I think, of all the 9 that got 20 goals. I mean, he had a good season, but...
sounds like you're critical of the captain.
No. I'm just saying he really shines when the playoffs roll around. He was just really dynamic player during this series. And so now they move on to play Colorado.
How do you do?
I am absolutely
How do you do?
I'm good.
We got all kinds of sound from the festivities, but the one that was my favorite is following the game. Craig Berube, Doug, not only does he cut to the chase, he doesn't really feel like spending much time in there. But then he also kind of addresses what the boys have to do on today's off day. Here's Craig Berube in the room following the Blues' victory over the Minnesota Wild to advance to the second round.
Hit the lever, Plowsy.
Hey, special teams are f***ing lights out tonight. That was the difference in the game. Great job, penalty kill, power play, coming through with a couple goals. We talked early on in this series about going deep, and it went deep, and you guys stayed with the game plan. Great job by you guys. O'Reilly came in, 1 down. That's what he said right away. That's 1 down. Okay, we got a lot of work to do. Enjoy it tonight, day off tomorrow. Bose, you got a lot of work at home, I know, with kids and vacuuming. So take the day to rest up, and then we'll text and let you guys know what's going on. Hell of a job.
There it is.
Who's got the vacuuming to do?
Bose. Hey, Bose.
He's got vacuuming to do. I've not heard that before in a post-game speech.
He's the only one with kids?
No, he's not.
Doug O'Reilly has 3 now.
Right.
The Wild are all their sons.
He likes a good F-bomb.
Yeah, I know Perron's got kids. I think several of them do. But Bozak is the only one that still has to do the vacuuming?
That's correct.
You think you make, $60 million over your career and still make it $1 million or $2 million. You'd think maybe you could get someone to, maybe Iggy's maid to come in and do some vacuuming.
Yeah. She does great work.
I'm guessing at some point he was late for practice and he said I was vacuuming. So he's going to continue to throw that at him.
Probably.
Here, they're starting to come in. This is what happens when the Blues win a playoff series. Stories of Sapphos, and this one is titled Stories of Sapphos from Mr. Nipples. I tucked my root and scrow a la Iggy and found a gentleman named Rothgen at my local QT to scissor with. It was 7th circle of hell hot in that stall, boys. So there's one story of lesbianism right there from Mr. Nipples.
Now, there's a QT there at Jefferson and Shoto, which would be close to Enterprise Center.
Yeah, that's probably where...
You suppose that's where it happened?
Yeah, that's where he met Rothgen.
Okay.
Who did he meet?
Rothgen.
Rofkin?
What was the pastry chef's name?
Mesfin.
Could have been his brother, maybe?
Well, it's not even close.
Well, it sounds similar.
Mesfin and Rofkin.
It sounds like they could be related.
Is it Rifkin?
The total package says Bozak's wife is a hoot on Twitter. Thanks. You like that, Doug? A hoot?
A hoot. Yeah, I do. That's kind of
Why
old
don't
school.
you put down the Twitter and vacuum? You got your husband doing all the work.
That'll play well.
No, you're shooting at her.
No, I'm just kidding because
Oh,
of
okay.
Bozak doing the vacuuming.
I don't mind vacuuming.
I don't either.
It's one of those jobs where you can see what you've done. It looks immediately better, like cutting the
I
grass.
enjoy it. It's a good ASMR.
I credit the series win to having both Mr. Hockey and Mr. Blue in our fan base. That's from a Newt Bowl eligible.
Mm-hmm.
I concur.
It does help.
We have, Jeremy Rutherford coming on?
The great JR.
He'll be with us at 10:15 on Balloon Party, and that means 101 ESPN will have a Blues playoff series that'll take you through at least. Doug, what do you think? You think the series starts on Monday or Tuesday? Hell, I don't know.
No, hell, I don't. I'd say probably Monday would seem.
Am I off the mark that only 2 of the 8 series are concluded, and it's just the one that we know, the Blues and Avalanche?
There's no way of knowing that, Tim.
I don't have the answer.
I'm on it.
Well, they're going. It's a Game 7 festival. Patty Maroon is still alive, so the chance of that Blues Lightning matchup has increased. As I really like the Lightning. They were plus 270 to win that series going into yesterday. The Leafs just have an issue sometimes, boys. They haven't won in 18 years a playoff series. So anyway, the Lightning win in overtime. The Bruins win in Boston, and Edmonton wins in Los Angeles. So you have 3 Game 7s on Saturday. And I would imagine that inevitably you would think at least one of the 3 series that's still going opposite the Blues and Lightning, Leafs, and Bruins, Hurricanes will have a Game 7. So there's nothing like a Stanley Cup playoff Game 7. We're going to have 3 on Saturday. And tonight you have 3 Game 6s. Penguins can close it out over the Rangers. Panthers can close it out over the Caps in Washington. And the Flames. And Matthew Tkachuk can close it out over Dallas. But should they not? Game 7's on Sunday. So I would think that the Blues would be on Monday in Denver. I don't know. But either way, Friday night at Enterprise or Saturday night, maybe Saturday afternoon at Enterprise for Game 3. That's what we know. That's what I can tell you. What else do you want from me?
Nothing.
Thank you.
That seems about right. That seems about right. I think we can play with this Colorado bunch. You can play with anybody. If we just get hot, we can win this baby.
And speaking of which, now that the Blues have advanced, Doug, you said it in 2019. You called your shot like Babe Ruth at Wrigley Field. If we can just get hot, we can win this baby. And Mike Flanagan and the great people at his establishment. Who is it who works with him, Iggy?
Kim.
Kim.
His girlfriend.
Have created a brand new, if we can just get hot, we can win this baby T-shirt for 2022 with the TMA logo on it. And it is up and available and in celebration of the new T-shirt and the Blues win. Everything in the TMA STL shop, TMASTLshop.com, is 10% off today, including the Dotem T-shirt, the TMA logo T-shirt, the best fans in baseball, everything. Name a T-shirt, it's 10% off, including the If We Can Just Get Hot, We Can Win This Baby T-shirt, TMASTLshop.com. I'd really like kind of like a Cronky T-shirt personally. I don't know what we can do with it, but if you got an idea, ship it. Hell, I'll Venmo you $100 or something for the idea.
Maybe it's a Cronky toupee instead of a shirt.
Oh, wow. So you don't think that's real?
Not really, no. I think it's a little too bushy for a gentleman in his late 70s. Mid to late 70s.
Stan Kroenke should be arrested.
Maybe that's the T-shirt, Plowhog.
How about the Blues hoisting the cup with Cronky's head sticking out of it?
Frank, how are you today?
What about that?
There he is. Oh, gosh, that gentleman. I just don't care for that gentleman.
Deep cut T-shirt.
Hammer and Hank is not happy. He said he ordered the T-shirt, but it wasn't 10% off. I just trust Jackson implicitly, and I'm not saying Hammer and Hank's a bad guy. I think he's a great guy, actually. I've spent time with him. I've dined with him. I've
Second all-time in career home runs.
Correct, but I just believe that Jackson would put the 10% off in there.
How much
Jackson,
is
Yeah, I mean, it was a bunch of people have used the 10% off. I mean,
is it just automatic? Or
yeah,
is it
it's automatic.
It's automatic. There you go.
How much is the T-shirt regularly?
How much is it? I actually don't
Depends on the size.
Oh, Doug, there's more tarp sometime when you go 3XL.
We charge the walruses more.
Let's just
Most
say
of them are $27.
All right, so come on by. I'll give you $270.
Oh, my God. Iggy, you're going to Venmo Hammer and Hank?
No, you can come by and get it. I don't have Venmo.
No.
Old school.
You better be careful. There'll be a guy out there at the front door looking for his 270.
Chubbs Peterson's not happy with Iggy, even though he really hasn't been all that outspoken this morning so far in our Munganess 7 o'clock hour. Yeah, well, Pockets never bet on the Blues, so he gave no insight if they were going to win, and he had no confidence. He actually bet on Minnesota last game. Shows you how much this big shot knows about the Blues. That's from Chubbs Peterson. Kind of shrapnel that came out of nowhere. Really an unprovoked attack.
Didn't see it coming.
Well, I didn't bet Minnesota, and I don't believe I've ever said I'm an expert on hockey.
Did we win or lose the series? I can't tell you.
You son of a so-and-so. We just won the series in 6.
The texts act like we just lost a heartbreaker. You should be excited.
Now, if I cared and I wanted to spend the year watching hockey and paying attention to the various lines, I could talk hockey around circles around you.
Oh.
But I don't care.
Did you watch the puck game last night?
I did.
I tell you what, I missed.
Through the second period, they went to bed.
I watched every minute of it, and I'm telling you, those announcers were terrible. And I hate to bash on it, but they were not great.
What were the names of the announcers on TNT? I watched the first period on, what do you call it, Plowhawk?
Bailey's?
Yeah, I was on Bailey's for the first period. It was not easy last night to go to bed and after the first period, but I stayed true to it. I actually saw the Lightning win in overtime, and I was like, God, I want to watch the second period. But, Doug, if I watch the second period, then I'm going to watch the third period.
Well, sure you will.
So I got to cut myself off. I was able to fall asleep at 10:15, woke up at like 4:25, watched it, enjoyed it. But because I'm always a little distrustful of the Bailey's app, I went to the TNT broadcast when I watched it this morning in the second and third period. And one of the slapdicks who was on the call made the comment when I don't know who the lead play-by-play guy was, Jackson, if you could look that up.
I'm looking it up. I'm not seeing much, but I'm going to...
You say Matt Sundin. Doug, is he now calling games? Remember
I don't
Matt
know.
Sundin.
I watched the local guys. I didn't see any of it.
Yeah, go Panger.
He said this atmosphere here is incredible, and these fans are fired up. It's so loud in here. And they had just interviewed Paul Goldschmidt, not a guy who, by the way, not because he's a bad guy, he just doesn't really enjoy doing interviews.
Yeah.
It's just not his thing, and is well aware that he is not necessarily the most fascinating interview, but he'll do it. He just doesn't really like it. So their Ice Side reporter was up in the suite where Goldschmidt was. She interviewed him, and then the lead play-by-play guy talks about how great of a sports town St. Louis is. And then the color analyst goes, yeah, but what about their football team?
Oh, that rat bastard. Oh, he did not go there.
Yeah, they were terrible.
Why would he say that?
Yeah, it's kind of, it's like...
Is he maybe clueless that they, not knowing we don't have a football team anymore?
No, I think it was an intentional shot. And then whoever the lead play-by-play guy goes, ooh, that was a low blow.
Oh.
He's a Cowboys fan, by the way. So I'm trying to get the names.
Yeah.
Well,
we want these guys fired, right?
Well, the old
Canceled.
guy was wasted. He had to have been, because there was some... He was pointing out a player on the Minnesota Wild who I think was a -3 who gave up 2 breakaways. He goes, man, he's had a lot of ice time. Tell me what you like about him. His analysis was just miserable, man. And I tend to not care who's calling the games. I like Panger and Kelly, but that was really bad. It was really bad.
I actually don't mind if a guy from the other team's broadcast crew takes shots at us. That's kind of the
this is
give and take of it all.
This is the TNT. This wasn't the Minnesota broadcast.
Oh.
And TNT doesn't have hockey.
I don't care.
So they're looking for people either... A lot of times when they do sports, they really don't do a lot of golf. They'll use the NBC or CBS crew. So I don't know who they were using, but TBS doesn't have a hockey crew.
It was really bad.
What's that?
I said it was really bad.
No, Iggy. What Iggy said.
I said, they really don't have a hockey crew. They don't do tons of games throughout the year, do they?
Yeah, they do.
TNT does?
Yeah.
I thought they just had the playoffs.
No.
Oh,
That's where Gretzky is.
Well, then I take it back.
Okay. Iggy has withdrawn that. Doug. You can strike it from the record.
I said I don't watch the regular season.
I don't have an eraser for the whiteboard. I got to take that take off the board.
It was a take.
So I just...
it was by definition.
It was a bad take, but I don't watch hockey throughout the season. I just thought, just like TNT, they don't carry basketball throughout the year, but then they have all the tournament games.
They do.
Doug, his name is Butch Goring.
Oh,
TNT
yeah, the
has a
old
ton of basketball.
New York Islander, Butch Goring. Had a weird helmet. He was a good player for a lot of years.
He's 72 years old, and he had a weird helmet with the Isle.
Yeah.
What, did he win a bunch of chalices in the 80s, I guess?
I think he probably did, yeah.
They rattle off 4 in a row, but before Gretzky established his presence.
Yeah, he wasn't the star of the team, but he was always there. He was a big part of it.
Well, he's not high on St. Louis's NFL prospects.
Well, I don't think any of us are. It just probably didn't need to be said again.
Either way, we had Chris Kerber on 101 yesterday, and he was going, you hope this turns out. If you remember, the Blues had a Game 7 against Dallas, not the Patty Maroon one, but in 2016 when they lost to the Sharks in the Western Conference Final. And it was in Dallas, and you're like, oh, my God, here we go. Let's see what can happen here. But you don't feel good. It's in Dallas. And they just beat the hell out of them, like 6 or 7-1. And he goes, you hope that's what you're going to get, but you just have to think that Minnesota's going to have some kind of a response. And when it got down to it, they didn't. And I think two things stand out to me from the first period. Minnesota dominated the Blues in the first period. They really did. And Jordan Binnington kept them out of the net. Mm-hmm. And then it's Nick Leddy skating up the ice, kind of untouched, and just floats one on net. And Cam Talbot, who replaced the Flower, not the Florida Flower, but Marc-Andre Fleury, I don't know if he didn't see it or if he just flat out missed it. Listen, it's not as dramatic as Game 7 against the Bruins, but when you outplay a team as much as Minnesota outplayed the Blues in the first period, and then you go into intermission down 1-0, and it's a questionable goal after you make a goal change for a guy who hasn't played in a couple weeks, a softie, that's got to take it out of you. And then you see what happens in the second period. The Blues outshoot them 22-5. And from my standpoint, not only would you look at Game 3 and Game 4 and the missed opportunity for Minnesota, which was the series, absolute series. The two most important periods of this series were the third period of Game 5, and the Blues dominated them. If I'm not mistaken, that's where the Blues and Tarasenko outscored them 3-0. And the second period of a 1-0 Game 6 where Minnesota can send that thing back there for a Game 7, and the Blues outshoot them 22-5 and dominate the period and essentially end the game 4-0 going into the third period. So two critical 40 minutes total, and the Blues dominated the Wild in both of them. And at the end of Game 5, when it was 2-2 going into the third period, and in the middle of Game 6, when it was 1-0 going into the second period, the Blues outscored them 6-0 in that 40 minutes. So that's the series right there.
Disappointing series for the Wild. I mean,
gotta be 113 points.
Yeah, they really thought they had a chance to go somewhere this year. They had two red-hot goalies. They got a budding superstar in Kaprizov. I think they were really, really disappointed that they performed the way they did.
And up 2-1 with a decimated Blues defense. I was watching, was it on the TNT broadcast, intermission, Bissonnette. Doug, do you call him Biz Nasty when you see him or not?
Bizzer.
You call him Bizzer?
Yeah, Bizzer.
And do you call Anson Carter, you call him Ace, or are you not comfortable calling him Ace?
Big guy, usually. Big guy.
He said, I didn't think the Blues had a chance in this thing once they lost all their defensemen after Game 3. I'm like, that's where I was, too. I'm very fortunate, as I keep saying, that we weren't on the air leading into Game 4, because I would have been going, this thing's over. Well, and I was internally saying, this thing's over. And you saw what wound up happening.
Perunovic looks a lot like Krug.
He does.
They're about the same size. They do similar thing. No.
But he hadn't played in 4 months when he was out there.
But I bet he'll be a big part of the team next year. He's a good player.
He's a good player. Just didn't think he was going to be a factor. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you don't have Leddy, you don't have Bortuzzo, Scandella's not like he's going to be, healthy. And now you don't have Krug, and I don't consider Perunovic an option. And then he comes in there on Sunday, and he's running the power play like he did. He only logged 12 minutes. But and then I'm thinking, okay, Falk and Parayko are going to have to go 30-plus minutes each game the rest of the way. Well, then all of a sudden you get Leddy and you get Bortuzzo back, and Perunovic is running the power play. Rosen had 20 minutes in Sunday's game. And you saw what it did. And then they get him back on Tuesday night, and then Falk and Parayko are able to go back to more manageable minutes. And that's a sustainable model. The 11-7, a sustainable model. Yeah. It's working for him, and it continued to work for him. And Binnington, with his puck control, that's a difference maker in this thing as well. That's not something that Husso does as well, and it kind of mitigated the Minnesota forecheck, and the Blues were able to really capitalize.
You missed your chance, Tim. When you say the goalie is good with a stick, you have to say it's almost like having another defenseman back there.
Wow. So basically it's the 12-7? Or no, it's the 11-8 model.
Look, the goalie can make a pass. It's almost like having another defenseman back there. Okay, stop it with that. He's the goalie. Yes, he can make a pass or two. He's not another defenseman back there, but you hear that every time.
Hey, Doug, during the second intermission, Bissonnette said this game is over.
Well, I think that was true. It was 4-0. I think it was
I would
over.
agree. And he said, and I also saw him say, "You guys slapped my pee-pee last time I said that."
Oh, well, they don't want fans turning off the TV, probably.
I kind of like it. Honesty in media.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? Try to tell people? I mean, Minnesota just was deflated. Minnesota was deflated from Game 4. That was it. That was it.
Yeah, and to expect a team to come back from 4-0 to score 4 unanswered goals in the third period, the Blues might be able to hold off an NHL All-Star team and not allow 4 goals in a period.
Bailey's is the Nautica of the streaming world. Thanks. That's from Mesfin's brother, Rothfin. Huh.
Yeah, they got rocked on Twitter last night.
Were they having another bad night?
No, they're safe. They got 110 billion. In the bank.
Oh, that's right.
No, yeah, they were getting a lot of people tagging Bailey's and telling them to screw themselves. And how terrible
What was going on with the app? Well, I guess you weren't watching it, so you don't know.
Even people on Facebook, like Bailey's, would post "Oh, what are you excited to see most?" And somebody goes, "The game, I hope." And yeah, so it's.
You think they even have somebody working on it? Because it's been like this for a while, hasn't it?
Dog, once that check came through.
They fired
It's
everybody?
over, man.
You can all go home now. They have to have people working on it, don't they?
Yeah. Their advertising team.
Well, I'm sorry you couldn't see it.
No, I watch every minute of it on TNT. On mute.
The announcers were that bad? Butch Goring drove you crazy?
Butch Goring. Who wants that text name?
The old guy was really, I mean, it was unreal how bad it was. So I had to mute it.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you.
No need to apologize to me. I think there are a lot of people who agree with me on that.
Well, Plowhawk, no more Baileys this year.
It's awesome. Yeah, I know, because obviously the Cardinals play on it, but, I mean, I don't know if I watch any of those anyways. So. Yeah, it was a good run. I'll delete the app, and, next year...
You're just going to get it off your phone completely.
Yeah, once they charge $150 next year, it'll really exciting to see that transformation.
That's what they charge for the app?
Well, the yearly subscription, I think they were talking about doing. I think
$189, I believe, was the number.
Oh, yeah, so I lowballed it, $189. Because you get all that content.
So people are right now paying that and can't watch?
No, they're paying it next year. It's a great business model. When your app doesn't work the entire year, you charge people for it the next year. In hopes that
that'll make people stop complaining about it because they won't get it.
What do you think the Avs will be? Minus 220?
That's a nice question, actually.
I'm going to take a look.
Huh. Go into they're plus 200 to win the cup. I mean, that is really, that is something else.
How much value there?
Let's see, Doug. I'm going to go in the tank.
Might be more than 220 then.
Okay.
Doug, while I go in the tank, tell people about Marco Bertorelli, and I will look at this.
Well, nobody's a bigger hockey fan than Marco Bertorelli. He was probably at the game last night. He goes to most of them, and now he's also going to be at the Dotem next week. He's going to be there. He's going to give out some T-shirts. He's only got 19 double extra larges, though.
Oh, no.
So if you're one of the walrus people who requires pretty much a tent to get over your body, go ahead and email Marco directly, and you can reserve your big T-shirt.
You have to play to get one of those, too.
Contact at bertorelli.com. Yeah, he's got like 300 T-shirts he's going to give out. He'll be one of the sponsors there. He's the longest-running sponsor we have on this here program. And, of course, he's been running Bertorelli Cutlery for many years. Family-owned and operated business down there on the hill. They will chop cheeky. They will sharpen your knives, your kitchen knives, your garden tools, anything in the back of the store.
Tools.
And then up front, they have that fabulous retail area where you can get brand new Wusthof knives and all kinds of amazing kitchen gizmos and gadgets. This is where the party is. Bertorelli Cutlery. Check them out. 1927 Marconi Avenue. Give them a call. I'll give that number now.
Do it!
314-664-4005. Or visit them online at bertorellico.com. We'll see you, Marco, at the Dotem.
Engineer Design Facilities, the sponsor of our text inbox here, 314-881-TMA5, the sponsor of our playoff reports on the award-winning Balloon Party presentation. And Engineer Design Facilities has a wonderful deal for our listeners who will be in attendance for what could wind up being a Blues watch party as well as a TMA Live. You could have the Lisa Ann dating game. You're watching that live, and then the puck drops at 8:52 in Denver for Game 2 on Wednesday night. It could happen. I don't know when the schedule is yet. I don't know.
No, we haven't got it.
But Engineer Design Facilities is putting this on the table for our audience, and I would imagine This will tempt your tummy with the taste of nuts and honey.
Oh.
Thank you, Iggy. EDF is sponsoring the night before party at Maggie O'Brien's on Wednesday, May 18th. TMA Live's first TMA Live at Hubbard Radio. We couldn't be happier to be working with Eddie McVeigh, who's a first-class guy, and Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills. EDF will be raffling off a dinner for 4 with wine pairings at Olive and Oak and all-inclusive Stiefel Bull and Bear Club tickets to a Blues game next fall during the 2022-2023 regular season. All raffle tickets proceeds will go to Birdies for Bipolar in efforts to raise the capital needed for the Veterans Golf Simulator mission at Arlington. The value is $1,500. That will be next Wednesday at Maggie O'Brien's. It's Engineered Design Facilities. Email at fire@edf-rg. If you have visibility to your company or place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, check them out online at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. All right, Doug, now it's time for us to submit what we think. Jackson, have you seen it?
Yeah, I got the answer.
Don't say it. I got the answer.
I got it. Okay.
So you're out.
I'm out.
Plowhawk, what do you think the Avalanche number is for the Blues and the Avalanche? What do you think?
I kind of like Iggy's 220.
Doug?
I'll say 250.
Iggy, you go 220?
Now that I think about it, if they're plus 200 to win the cup, that's a pretty big favorite. I'm gonna say 280.
The Avalanche are minus 380.
Yeah. Oh my God,
so ridiculous.
Plus Blues plus 290.
Now that's a taste.
That's a favorite.
How do you do?
This will all be settled on the ice, boys.
Yep.
Boy, that Molly Bozak is a spitfire.
What are you on her Twitter tweets now?
Yeah, I see a tweet she had last night. Just remembered Tyler ripped straight through the ass of his suit pants tonight before he left for the game, and I told him it was good luck. Big ass win tonight.
Nice.
I like that.
Those guys wear such tight suit pants. Have you seen them? Mm-hmm. When they dress up, they've got a little bit of a Pee Wee Herman thing going.
Yeah, it's high waters, baby.
High water pants.
Prop pants are in.
Tight. God, they look so uncomfortable.
Are those Lululemons?
No.
Suit pant. But they do wear a lot of Lululemon pants. But that's the look, man. Tapered.
I'm wearing Lululemons as we speak. Ooh. Most comfortable pants I've ever had on.
See, people were bashing my high waters at the fan page.
I don't get it. Why would you want high waters?
That essentially is the Met Gala, though. The Fan Page Club Championship.
I mean, everybody was in there
the Met Gala.
Yeah. You want to see what the latest in fashion is, that's where you go.
We should have a TMA Met Gala. I think that would be funny.
A fashion show?
Yeah.
Just some of the best dressed golfers you ever seen last Sunday.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of grief for...
I thought you looked good.
Right?
Doug, my Uncle Chet is the lead developer for the Bailey's app. He says that the app normally operates perfectly, but come 6 o'clock at the office, most of the developers get together and romp south mouths, and sometimes it gets rough, and the servers accidentally get unplugged. That's from Wedding Tag. Okay, so that's what happens.
I've never heard
some explanation, anyway.
I've never heard the term south mouth.
What does that mean?
I don't well, think about it.
Think about it.
There's a Lady Gaga song that has that in it.
Oh, she says south mouth?
Something about, I'd like your mouth down south.
Oh!
Put that off.
Something like that.
And this was Lady Gaga who said this?
Yeah, one of her songs. Something about your mouth down south.
Nice.
So
works blue.
They're looking to party in Mississippi or something? Alabama?
That's it, Rube.
Oh.
I think it's the same song as you talked about, Disco Sticks.
Stephen Wildwood said, "Thanks, you little whore." And then
from last
Jackson
time?
said, "Oh, okay." I was just it looked like there was a running dialogue this morning with Jackson and Steve. And Steve calls him, "Thanks, you little whore." Steve says, "I wear a large, but I'm going to wear a medium for the dotem to show off my breasts."
Oh,
now we're Steve and Wildwood. What does he get? If we can just get out, you can win this baby thing.
Yeah, we're
10% off.
We're tight.
10% off. All the T-shirts. And are the hats and the club head covers up?
We actually just got the head covers yesterday. So
Ooh, you have them?
Yeah, I got them. Want me to bring one in?
Yeah, Doug, let's see it.
Okay.
I'm planning on putting them up either Monday or Tuesday because we got to get a good picture for the website and I got to get them out to Utah. But I will bring them in and we'll have pre-sale available early next week.
You got to get them out to Utah.
Are they sets or just like for the driver?
Quinn Snyder is handling it.
Yeah, we just hired Quinn to do fulfillment.
Drake's going to drive him in his truck to Quinn.
They're just for drivers.
Just the driver? Okay.
Yeah, here, I'm bringing one in.
I got to get them out to Utah.
all
What'd that mean?
All distributors have
That's
that
where
issue.
Flanagan lives.
Flanagan's not a St. Louis guy?
He is a St. Louis guy, but he moved to Utah
for bowling
years ago for Storm Products. He went to work for Storm.
Golfers moved to Jupiter.
Yes.
And bowlers moved to Utah. Follow along,
Gotcha.
Doug.
Okay.
Do some show prep.
But he liked it out there so much, even though he doesn't work for Storm anymore. He just he loves it.
Is that right? He enjoys it out there?
Oh man, the view from his house. I mean, just behind it is just mountains. Huge mountain behind his house. It's so cool.
Have you ever flown into Salt Lake City's airport?
Yes.
Isn't it, for lack of a better term, weird? Because you have that lake, which is just kind of weird looking.
It's a large lake.
But just like, I don't know how to describe it.
It's a salt lake.
It just, it's there's zero movement in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this city carved into the mountains, as I recall.
Beautiful city.
With a huge church.
Mm-hmm. Really beautiful city.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City is really nice.
Yeah. And you have John Stockton.
And Carl Malone.
And Flanagan.
And Mike Flanagan, that's correct.
And Kim.
Is Jackson coming from his home with this club head cover?
He had to go to Utah first.
Oh, my, I want to see it. I want to see this thing. Jackson, what the hell's going on? Nurse.
Gone.
I wonder if he was attacked in between his little studio and our studio.
My guess is it's in his car.
He went home to get it.
Wow.
I didn't go home to get it. I would assume it's in his car. Maybe he dropped it in the toilet.
I'll put one on my club. I'll take the stealth head cover off.
Doug, we are playing today. I don't know if you want to watch. It'll be up on the TMA_STL Instagram feed. Iggy is dressed. Here it is. Look at this. Oh, this is sharp. Here, let me see. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it.
It's a black head cover.
And you see that? Hashtag FreeDotem with the TMA logo.
Dude, those are slick.
Had to say free
Chris,
Dotem
your
on it.
opponent on Monday, Plowhawk, is the one who made him. Chris, what the heck?
He's an awesome dude.
See if I got him up. Yeah, these are sharp. Look at this.
Yeah, that's legit.
Real tomato ketchup, buddy. Nothing but
Only the best for you, Tim.
Yeah, it's a shame it says free Dotem on it.
I was thinking better blue and red, maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
So you're not happy with
Pink and
with
gray?
Chris?
I'm happy. It's just kind of black and white.
Oh, for heaven's sake. It's a nice little product.
You know,
It's a nice little product.
It
Here
is.
it is.
Nice.
Okay, now I see
Oh,
that.
it is sweet
Look at
looking.
that.
that's killer, dude. I didn't know they were looking that sharp.
Yeah, these are sharp. Tip of the cap to Chris. What the heck? And these are not available yet on TMASTLshop.com.
Pre-sale coming Monday. We'll have pre-sale Monday.
Pre-sale Monday.
those
Doug.
things are.
Those are going to sell out.
Yeah, those things.
Just like I predicted. What sold out that I predicted? Well, the hats.
Hats or bats?
The beanies.
So you're taking some sort of credit for this?
I predicted the stocking cap would sell out, and they did. And I'm going to predict these will sell out, too.
Okay.
Jackson's behind Iggy in his yellow hat, and he's got the yellow. You probably can't see the yellow pant. Iggy, I don't know if you would be interested in standing up for the audience, and I don't know if the camera would catch it. I like your getup. I mean, it was a. But this isn't what you're wearing to golf today at Normandy. Dogtown Ties drone is going to be out there. We have all these whole sponsors.
This is just something I put on this
Look at
morning.
the yellow pant combo and the yellow hat combo. Doug, I think it's a sharp look.
Those are new trousers, aren't they?
Are those new?
Yes.
I did go shopping yesterday.
Yeah,
Are they
those
new?
Brand new. I can
Kinda
tell.
missed it. And you want to know where I got them? These are
Initials, please, of the store.
These are 60.
Merry-go-round, it looks like, from like 91 at Crestwood.
I think
Farm.
$68 normally. Got them at the final act, last act.
Final act. That's Macy's.
$15.99.
Wow,
$15 trousers.
And I love the yellow, so I'm going through sometimes is the last act, final act. I think it's the last
You're
act.
the one who shops there, bro.
Yeah, I always forget. It's the last act. And some of these people, they don't take care of the clothes. They look through them. They're falling off the hangers. You go over there, it's like a mosh pit of clothes all over the place. I'm like, can't you pick it up when you drop it?
No.
But I
You're
saw
lucky
these.
they didn't steal everything.
I saw these yellow pants. I said, oh, God, I kind of dig these. And they had like 12 pairs. I'm like, oh, $42.30. I mean, that's $42.30.
That's a basketball.
Yeah. And then $42.35, $40, and all these just huge waist. And then I get down to the end. There's one pair left. I look, $32.29. I wear 30 length. And I said, they may be high-tied, and they fit. So I bought them for that price.
That's a treat.
Nice pants, bro.
Thank you.
Nice pants, bro. I do like that. But this isn't what you're golfing in.
No.
Well, I mean, we tee off at noon, so you're going to go home to change, even though that's a perfect golf outfit. I guess too hot for it?
Well, I live like 3 minutes away, so.
You can wear shorts today, bro?
Shorts? I don't wear shorts till my legs get tan.
Especially with all the Insta content we're going to have, and Dogtown Ties drone for the flyover. Yeah. So Plowhawk, Iggy, myself, and Jackson will be playing at Normandy at noon today, and Dogtown Ty will be following with his drone, and we will be producing that video to get players ready for the Michelob Ultra Dotem next week, Doug, because I think people want to know where to try to land their ball, and also we'll go over some of the pin placements, and we'll show you how to attack those
I don't
pins.
know that that's necessary. I hope there's some video of a cuckold in place somewhere on the course, so when people watch, they can spot the cuckold.
Plenty of those.
So some of that's going to be going on out there?
Dogtown Ty's drone will capture it.
Okay.
I'll show you some of the places that Cletus uses.
With Florida Flower.
Well, we don't want to just see the place. We want to see it in action.
Well, I'm not cucking anybody.
Well, maybe we could get some
I
actors.
have, but I won't today.
We could get some people to play the role just for this video.
A lot of people have not played Normandy in a while. And we're going to have, 36, so 72 foursomes out there in over 2 days.
That reminds me, in 19 minutes, a handful of foursomes are going on for sale. I forgot all about that.
So it'll be sold out, and so that's a lot of golfers, and a lot of them haven't played Normandy, so we'll be out there showing you where to hit your tee shots. If you're Tim and you're a bomber, and Jackson, where to hit your tee shot.
Exciting to be this powerful, Doug.
If you're somebody like me and Plowsy, where we would put it and where you would hit it if you're kind of a Punch and Judy LPGA player.
Judy.
Punch and Judy. So we'll give you different options on your game.
Hey, I don't know if you are on the TMA fan page or it was sent out via the Twitter tweets as well this morning. Jessie Kiowski, the head of the marketing and promotions and events for TMA, was at the Blues game last night, and she raised her glass with the TMA logoed, the hell would you call that thing?
Koozie?
That's right. Thank you. And those will be, I believe, part of the giveaways.
Yeah.
For the, Iggy, you have one here. Let me grab it. We got a lot of products we're displaying here today, Doug.
Yeah.
Yes, we have our shelf behind us that we display things.
Get back up here. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, those are nice too.
These are, and so she had this with the Blues in the background last night. You got to be watching on YouTube here today to see all this stuff. 241 people are. So these will be part of the gift bag. Gift bag, I understand, for the Michelob Ultra Dotem is so big that they had to wind up going to get more bags, bigger bags, because you're going to get so much stuff. Don't forget, Donut Drive-In providing breakfast, and Salt and Smoke providing lunch, and then we have the after party in the pavilion. And I will allow 5 different guys to service me.
5?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. On Thursday and Friday, so that's a total of 10.
And we do have when we talk to Jesse on Monday, we will have trophies for the winning team.
Yep.
And Lisa Ann has
important
shipped.
to one person, and that's Cletus.
And Lisa Ann has shipped the 8 autographed books. So
oh, my goodness.
So the 2 winning teams will also get 4 autographed books by Lisa Ann. Her new book, I guess it's the follow-up to The Life. She did a new book, so.
So yeah, at 8 o'clock, I don't know, I think it's like a total of 5, if I'm not mistaken, foursomes.
For each day, or
I think all in, will be available at 8 o'clock on tmastl.com. Right at 8 o'clock, if you recall what happened on April 1st, I think like 50 to 60, however many foursomes went in 3 minutes. So if you want to play in the Dotem, either next Thursday or Friday, make sure you are online at tmastl.com. That is going live here in 16 minutes. For a final, and I think there are a couple for Thursday and a couple for Friday. So, anyway, tmastl.com. Let's see what we got. TikTok. Plow, how can you tell me about your manscaping?
Oh yeah. You got to keep it fresh and clean, especially in this heat. It's muggy, it's dense, it's hot outside.
It is.
And, you know, I'm not a big guy, but I tend to sweat in a lot of different regions. And mainly, you want to keep that area chafe-free. And that area, I mean the balls.
Oh.
Groin area. And Manscaped has done a phenomenal job of that. For the top layer, obviously we talked about the Lawnmower 4.0. You know, that kind of gets that matted tufts. It gets you all nice. But you want to make sure you have the right equipment for the undercarriage.
What kind of equipment?
The balls, the Gucci area, you know, all that area that's very
Grundle season.
Yeah, Grundle. It's very sensitive. It's hot. it tend to chafe, and once you do that chafing while shaving with a not proper razor, you get that, itch, that burn,
Yeah.
sometimes even ingrown hairs.
Oh, no.
That's why you come in with the crop gel. You can kind of see, it's clear. You rub it gently on both of your testicles right
Can you?
there. And you can see exactly what you're shaving, so you don't go too deep. You don't, nick yourself in any way. The razors are phenomenal. They are waterproof as well. And this package is the Ultra Smooth package because you got your lawnmower for the top, but you need that crop shaver for the bottom. So you have the exfoliator as well, and that will eliminate that chafing, that itching, that redness, infected hairs, all of that
Stop
stuff.
saying
That is
infected and
it's
ingrown
very
hairs.
common if you shave down there on a regular basis. So all of this stuff comes in a nice package, comes with the crop shaver as well, and there is a promo code, Doug,
What
on
would that be?
manscaped.com. Promo code is TMA. Type in TMA.
That's
as
what
the
you
promo
need,
code.
Doug.
Okay.
20% off of the product. You get all that good stuff, as well as free shipping as well. So all of that is included with the promo code TMA once you shop on the website.
How
That's
do
the
you
Ultra
do?
Smooth package, Manscaped, baby.
Think about that.
It's
TMA for
fantastic.
Trim My Area.
That
I
isn't
love
bad
that,
at all.
man.
That isn't bad at all, sir. That isn't bad at all.
Okay.
That isn't bad at all, sir.
Did you change chairs with me?
No.
I think he's got a conspiracy theory
No, I
over what
didn't.
went on over the last couple minutes when he
No,
left.
I feel like Sassy Cassie getting in this chair.
Slide whistle?
I gotta jump into it.
I enjoy a good slide whistle. I
do, too. I
I'd
do,
like to
too.
hear one before the show is over.
How about a kazoo, bro?
I don't mind a kazoo.
Do we still have that commercial? Mike Matheny didn't like it, but
He did not. He went after the non-ling, but he did go after me. He was not happy. There's a slide whistle.
I like it. But the skipper didn't. This
No.
right before he was a skipper.
Right before he was the skipper.
Yeah.
Because we had an agreement going into him doing that show. He did the show with John Mabry and Mike Claiborne. And I recall, things have changed. This was 10 years ago. It was 2000. No, it would have been 2011. 11 years ago. It was outside the Galleria. Probably the last time I've been to the Galleria now that I think about it.
Really?
I was there yesterday.
There you go. and he goes, listen, I know you do what you do on your show. We don't want to do that. I go, well, I understand. Just because I'm a pervert doesn't mean I'm trying to evangelize everybody to become a pervert. So I'm not expecting you to, talk about Nicole Aniston's landing strip,
Oh,
And he's like, oh, no, I know.
and let me guess, he never got around to that.
Never did. But he also didn't want, spots playing that would advertise. And I said, yeah, just because I'm a godless pervert doesn't mean, our advertisers are godless perverts. We compartmentalize my perversions. And so he felt like when he heard the Sassy Cassie spot and the slide whistle, I think, was probably caught his attention, that I had breached our gentleman's agreement, when in reality that was a KFNS sale. And so he gave me a piece of his mind on the whole thing. And I'm just sitting in my office downtown going, what in the hell happened? And the non-gay texts me, and he goes, Matheny is pissed off about that Sassy Cassie spot. And I go, Sassy Cassie and Penthouse isn't even one of our clients. So I'm not even getting any of the money, and on top of it, I'm getting banged for it.
Yeah. Well, if push came to shove, I think you could take Matheny.
I agree with you, and I didn't want to say it, but I think he knew it, and I think that's why he backed down.
I think probably you were physically intimidating to him.
Thank you. I agree
Because
with that.
he's only, 6'2", 220 maybe?
Right.
And
You hit at the knees.
And you're a lot of gentlemen.
Clip that off.
Yeah, I think you could take him.
I like my chances. Yeah, he wasn't happy about that. He was not happy about that at all.
Well, did he continue doing the show? He did, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. All
He
the way, yeah.
He did.
Fine. But we have a really good relationship. I see his son Tate quite often. He's a great golfer.
Is he?
He just retired from baseball. Yeah. Bomber, no surprise. Yeah,
He
great
played
guy.
at Most State, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like a
he was
really good Most State team.
He was in the Swalks organization.
Yeah. And I remember Mike saying he didn't want the Cardinals to draft him because he thought it would look like nepotism. When Tate Matheny was very highly rated coming out of.
Yeah, it was a 4th-round pick.
Speaking of that, I saw a mock draft in the baseball upcoming draft, and Matt Holliday's son was listed 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
Is it
Andrew
Third overall?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Jackson Holiday. I assume that's his son.
Does he play at Oklahoma State? Or is he high
Yeah,
school?
High school.
You should see
shortstop.
his freshman kid. He is unreal. He will.
Is that right? I had no
his-
idea about this stuff.
His, yeah, that That freshman he has, I forgot his name. He is unreal. He'll be a top pick.
I remember seeing those two little kids at spring training when they were about 5 and 7 years old, and he was hitting them fly balls. And
You know
they were
what's
out there
crazy?
catching.
The number one prospect is Andrew Jones's kid.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you have Andrew Jones and Matt Holliday, who we have all seen play, now have kids that are 17 and 18 years old.
Jackson Holiday is committed to Oklahoma State, but I guess he can change and enter the draft if he so
Can you look
chooses.
at what his younger? I think he's a freshman. I think they play on the same high school team, if I'm not mistaken. That kid is a bomber.
Is that right?
And he looks like he is a senior. Like it's crazy. Yeah, he's good. So I'm excited because you see him on the field as kids. You kind of could tell the movements and everything. I mean, you have Matt Holliday as your dad.
Ethan Holiday.
Ethan Holiday.
The kid called me out one day on the field.
Who did?
The 7-year-old. Well, he used to
Called
bring
you out. Matt Holliday's son called you out.
Well,
at
not really
7.
not really called me out, but he used to.
Please, show us some
he used to-
baseball, Iggy.
He used to
Like
bring
his
the kids.
DFS
He used to bring the kids to Bush all the time too, and I guess he was taking ground balls, and one got away from him at first base, and I was behind first base, and I just caught the ball, and I rolled it back to him. He goes, "I can catch," meaning I'm not some kid. You don't have to roll it to me. I can catch. You can throw it to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I just rolled it to him. I can catch. Okay. Well, give it back to me. I'll fire a fastball at you.
I don't think he'd have a great fastball.
So I guess that wasn't calling me out, but I guess I thought I was a little kid. I don't want to throw it at you. I just rolled it to him.
That was a bit of a hijacking right there. I got to be honest.
I didn't want to play.
You brought up the kid. Well, you can
Aunt Peg just sent in a siren emoji. Has Aunt Peg played her? How many matches have been played? I got to email
We're
Sean
gonna have a
Barr.
lot of.
2.
Is that right? So Plowhawk, if we win on Monday and nobody else plays by the 22nd, we're in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Is that the 22nd?
No, not everybody's. They're not. Not everybody is forfeited. If they don't play their match, Sean flips a coin, and that's how they get a winner of that match.
Ah, drat.
Trying to take heads.
I think that's my only chance.
And I think last year in the round of 16, there were 4 coin flips and 2 forfeits. So
Oh,
it went well last year.
but you're looking for better things this year.
Yeah, that is pretty
Nothing
weird.
to do with it. I don't care.
That nobody's really played.
I'm out.
I hate that you're out. The Fan Page Club Championship presented by Michelob Ultra is better with you in it. It just is. Doug, it just is.
How about if two guys can't get together and play, instead of flipping a coin, you take one of the guy's spots and play the other guy?
No, I'm out already. That's not how it works.
But we could change the way it works.
No.
We make the rules.
I'm fine being out. I have time to devote to Tim.
Oh my God! That could have been your biggest lemming statement ever.
Devote.
Now I
like the
have
term
time
devote.
to devote to Tim. Shameless.
Shameless.
I yelled at Alan Craig one time, too, on the field.
Doug, I mean, it's just
Okay.
all a slice
More-
up the Adderall.
The more adventures of Iggy.
What was the year that he was hurt? He had a bad leg, and they
He hurt his leg in Cincinnati round in first base.
2013.
was it 13?
Yeah.
So we're it's still like game to game. You know, he wasn't playing; he couldn't even walk, basically. And again, we're all behind first base, on the field before the game, and all of a sudden I hear, "Look out!" I mean, I ducked, and the thing hit me right in the knee.
Oh no!
And I'm like hobbling around, and Craig comes over and goes, "You all right?" I said, "I know you can't run, but can you catch?"
You said that.
Yeah, I did. I was just kidding with him. He knows me a little bit.
Now, how would he know you?
Well, from being down there so much during the year and talking to the guys, I was still covering the team back then. And I said, "I know you can't run, but can you at least catch?" Right in the kneecap. God, that hurt. I was hobbling around the whole game.
Well, it's nice to be back home. We got a quality question to start this thing off.
Cal May.
Thanks, Skip. Now there's a hijacking, too.
I do miss the skipper in his news conferences. I miss those.
Cardinals beat the Orioles yesterday, so they take 2 out of 3. Doug, is that correct?
They lost,
No, they lost.
And the Orioles are one of the best teams in the game.
Yep.
Producer
One of
Joe
the
went on a
worst.
tangent about the Orioles and Cardinals yesterday.
He
I don't know what
did.
that was about. Sometimes I wonder if he was in the bottle.
Unless he has some on his fantasy team, maybe?
I know Plowhawk would know. He's taking on Producer Joe this week.
We have a battle with just butt asses.
He was saying that,
That's
like, if the
terrible.
Cardinals were in the AL East, what would their record be, and like, how would they?
Are you trying to tell me the NL Central's no good?
These are Brad Joe's words, not mine. But yeah, he got into it. Little stats, little sabermetric talk.
It's been a rough couple weeks, offensively especially. Holy smokes, they just don't hit at all.
Does anybody hit against the Orioles?
Well, most
They
teams
had a bullpen game yesterday, didn't they?
They scored 10 against the Orioles 2 nights ago.
Fight Cardinals.
I think their starter went 2 innings, so I guess it was a bullpen start for them.
How in the world does Tyler O'Neill get picked off first base on that last play yesterday? How in the hell does that happen? The play was right in front of him.
He's having some rough at-bats.
But that was a horrendous base running play to end the game. Horrendous.
I just wish we had some players in the minor that, were productive.
The team's not really good.
That's a hot take.
No, they're trash, bro.
I don't know that they're trash. They're not trash. They're just going through a rough time. It happens every year. It happens. You get hot for a while, and then you get cold, and you think, we got nothing. And then you get hot for a while, and you're okay.
Well, good teams don't go through those hot and cold periods.
Well, they do.
Good teams call
They
up
go
good
through
players.
rough
I think
times.
that's the difference. I mean, if the Cardinals had Juan Soto, he'd still be in AAA hitting 60 bombs a year. We're going to wait till he's 24. He needs every day at bats.
Well, you can't complain with the guys they brought up because they're all producing.
That's why
There's one guy down there. Everybody
That's my
wants up.
point. Like, obviously, they're having success calling these guys up. I think the obvious one is Gorman.
No,
You just
Patty
say
Wagon
you
had
don't
a
want
good
to pay him. You say, tell me it's arbitration. I'm fine with that. But don't say he needs everyday at-bats when Yepez isn't getting everyday at-bats here, Donovan's getting everyday at-bats and being successful. And Gorman's better than both of them.
And I saw
Crazy.
His 13th.
Tommy Edman quoted as saying, sure, I can play shortstop. That's what I played my entire life until they moved me to second 2 years ago. He was a shortstop at Stanford. He came up as a shortstop. He can handle shortstop.
But they want to give him some time and before the game to feel ground balls so he feels comfortable. God almighty.
I guess.
Hillside is not happy with just a wide variety of things. Jesus, these two are so dumb when it comes to any sort of sports take. I would suggest watching a game before claiming to know what's going on. That's from the Hillside.
Be more specific.
Well, like,
Hillside, call in 636-900-4TMA. Steve Schmidt, Kia, North County phone lines, and you can talk it over directly with the Plowhawk and Iggy. This will be a fun little conversation.
My whole point is to call up Gorman because the young guys that you've called up this year are producing. I don't know how that's a bad take or what's off base on that. Edman has played shortstop almost his entire life. He can play it. You have Gorman that can go to second. See what he has. I'm confused what the bad take is.
I don't see a bad take.
I don't get.
Well, we said they're not a good team, and he thinks they're World Series.
We
caliber.
just lost 2 or 3 to the Orioles. I don't know how you can.
They're just waiting around for June 1st, I guess, to have Gorman under another year of control. But in the meantime, a third of this season is going to go by when you could have had him.
Yeah.
Didn't they do that to?
June 2nd.
Didn't they do that to?
Darnell Coles.
No.
They did that to Chris Bryant, and Chris Bryant
They did it to
no longer
Flaherty.
Cub.
But then
And-
it was
and now
only like
he's-
2 weeks back then. Remember, it was like 16, 17 days.
Didn't they wait for Flaherty to do that? And now once he's ready to go, he's out of here. He's not staying here.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You having a treat, bro?
Yeah, I got a donut.
I live for Plazzi's Cardinal takes. It gets me through the summer.
Now, what would you do with O'Neill, who is absolutely lost right now, but he's coming off a huge season? It's a tough call for a manager or a GM. He just had a guy who had a dynamite season, and now he's absolutely lost at the plate. So what do you do with him?
You don't have a lot of depth in the outfield. I would say the easy thing is just to send him to AAA, somewhere to DeYoung, to see what you have, work on things. But then again, what's the replacement there?
I think O'Neill, you keep him up.
Yeah, it's like, does Yepez play outfield?
Yeah, he plays outfield.
He'll get right. I
keep-
have a
keep
lot
him
more
up.
confidence in him getting right in the majors than DeYoung getting
Keep
right.
him up. We'll have 4 DHs.
Paul DeYoung last night 0 for 3 in his debut with the Memphis Redbirds.
Those are just numbers.
With a strikeout and a walk. Nolan Gorman hit his 13th home run.
It's embarrassing. Like, it's so embarrassing.
And it was he hit it strongly. That was a blast.
Your thoughts are welcome. You can text in, EDF, text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. Call in, Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone line, 636-9004-TMA. Let me know when the Hillside is on the line. And Design Air Heating and Cooling, email the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of TMA. Design Air Heating and Cooling. And I have had a number of people over the last few days ask me via DM or email to introduce them to Seth Goldcamp because their air conditionings are going out and it's hotter than hell out there. Jack, holy moly, is it hotter than hell. Make sure you're working with Seth Goldcamp and Design Air Heating and Cooling. It's designairservice.com. Doug's a client. I'm a client. He used to be a client as well.
Projected highs in the low 90s today. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. If you're running into any air conditioning issues, Design Air Heating and Cooling, designairservice.com, the sponsor of our email today and the official HVAC provider of TMA. It is 8 o'clock, and that means foursomes for the Dotem. A handful of them are now on sale. So if you want to play in the Dotem and you didn't get in on April 1st, you better act quick. Go to tmastl.com. I have posted on the fan page the direct link to Thursday. I have posted on the fan page the direct link to Friday, and we have tweeted out the direct links as well if you are not on Facebook, or if you're not on Facebook or Twitter. First off, I'm envious of you. And secondly, just go to tmastl.com, and you can go and book them via Eventbrite right there. Click on the link, and you can play in the Dotem on next Thursday or next Friday, all presented by Michelob Ultra, Family Golf, and Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota, the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour. Jamie Burkhardt and Clayton Patterson, the best in the business. They were taking care of my car this week. So good. Peter Munganess.
Great guy.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, he's amazing.
Really good guy. They just have done outstanding work with all of us here on the show, and we are big fans. They are the official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, and major recommendations for Munganess, to now sponsor of our Dotem Golf Tournament next week, along with Michelob Ultra and Family Golf. It is Munganast at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com, and just like with Design Air, email me, and I will be more than happy to connect you with Jamie Burkhardt or Clayton Patterson. You got to get your car serviced. They will take outstanding care of you, even if you didn't get your car from Munganast. Munganast, stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com. The Dotems foursomes are on sale, so go to the tmastl.com or click on the Eventbrite links that are on our Twitter or on our TMA fan page.
If you have, I just was going to say, if you have any kind of issue with your car, whether it's service or looking to buy a new or used, you're going to be stunned at the level of service you get at Munganast. I've just never run into people that nice and that willing to make you happy with everything.
They're the best.
Yeah, it really are
Clayton
incredible.
called me last week and said, I think that car needs an oil change. Bring it on in. Just to remind me. So.
That Toyota Highlander they have me in, that's about the most comfortable car I think I've ever driven. It makes no noise. It gets like 35, 38 miles per gallon.
Yeah, mine gets
big
like
SUV. It's just fantastic.
I think Clayton's going to be there Thursday and Friday. I think he's going to be out there.
Is it
hanging
double?
I think he's hanging out Thursday, because I think they have a booth, and then he's playing Friday. So we'll see Clayton.
All right. Well, that's good news, because they are really
good people.
great people.
I call it peace of mind. You buy a car from them, and you don't have to worry, because if something goes wrong with it or you got a little problem, bring it in, be done.
Is there a phrase you like to use to encapsulate that?
I have information here. The Dotems are sold out.
Oh, yeah, you knew that.
What took you so long?
Well, good for them.
Jackson, how do you have that information?
I'm on the Eventbrite page.
Oh, wow. There it is. So that'll wrap it up. It is now completely 100% sold out. I think there were a handful on Friday, handful on Thursday. Gone. Well, that's good. So we will have, not that it's prize, but we will have 36 foursomes on Thursday, 36 foursomes on Friday. And I will be positioned at number 5, just ball striking for that par 3. Plowhawk will be positioned at number 12. Correct. Iggy is going to putt on number 5. Is that what you want to do?
Maybe Friday. Thursday, Learn and I are driving around. They got nothing to do on Friday, so maybe I'll find a spot on Friday just to camp out.
Really advantageous for Friday's players.
I can putt somewhere. I don't want to just sit there for 6 hours.
Just sit there and get destroyed with me. We'll
no, I can't do that either.
Well, just pick a hole you want to putt on.
I think it might be on 17.
I guess.
Bombing drives.
Or 6 or 8. Those are both short par 4s, so there'll probably be some short putts there you can make.
Jesse just texted me and said the event is not sold out yet.
No.
Not yet sold out. Okay.
What a tease.
What do you go, Jackson?
Okay.
Just kidding. It will sell out.
Well, I know that, but we don't people it's sold out, and then it's not. Illsider said he's calling in to talk and is not getting an answer. Doug, things are off the rails here.
Answer the phone.
Things are off the rails here.
Well, I respect him for calling in.
Yeah.
He really is. I mean,
I asked him to call in, so call in.
98% of the people don't, so...
Yeah, when you say that we know nothing about baseball, you suck, give us an example.
Yeah.
All he said the Cardinals weren't very good, and we talked about the people they didn't bring up.
I didn't see anyone calling.
Yeah, nobody's calling.
I haven't seen anyone calling, so...
Don't know what to say about that.
And speaking of mugging ass,
636-9004-TMA, Elsato, if you want to call in. And Jackson's watching it. Text in to let us know that you're calling, and then I'll tell Jackson to watch the phone, and then it'll all happen.
All right. That's how
calm me
Sam
down.
usually do it.
There we go. I think he's calling.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Dude, that is huge.
Well, he's doing that. Our DraftKings team, Doug, how about this? I have the man leading the tournament. I have the guy in second place. And I've got 4 crap. My 2 highest priced players are +1. But I've got the leader and the second place guy, and then I can't do anything with my high priced player.
So Doug has a chance.
Burns and Salvatore both +1. I got Munoz, what did he shoot? 60 yesterday. Pietri yesterday, 8 under.
I don't know. This is a hijacking right here. We were just talking.
No, we were
about
waiting
this
for the
guy
call.
calling.
We were talking mugging ass, and they do the DraftKings, and I was just excited that early on I had 1 and 2. And my other 4 players teed off late, and then Burns and Zalatoris +1. My 2 highest priced players. I mean, I could be well on my way to $50,000 for the charity.
Yeah.
Chris Raby is listening to the show this morning, Doug.
Okay.
He was there with the Blues last night, and he says, how about when you said Nolan Gorman is a shortstop? There's an example. You know nothing about baseball. That's from Chris Raby.
Well, we weren't talking about something I said 2 weeks ago. This guy texted in after me and Plowsy talked today, dumbass.
Yeah, our texts aren't evergreen.
So, yeah.
Our takes don't last.
And my point, too, was that if you weren't happy with Edmonds playing shortstop, even though he's played shortstop his entire life, and you wanted to move him, well, you had all the spring training and the off-season to say, we need you to work at shortstop. Well, he hasn't. We don't play shortstop.
Well,
he could.
They thought the young would hit a little bit.
Look, if
Well,
Stubby
you have to
Flack
have
can
you have
hit,
to have
I'd
a
put him
backup
short.
plan.
I don't care.
Well, Sosa's the backup plan.
Doug, here's the Ilsat on the Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be.
Hey, boys.
Yes.
Hi,
What's up,
Ilsat.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify my statement
Okay.
on the Cardinals. I was
right.
just spitting takes.
Sure, spit him.
That was a good one.
Well, I mean, I think the argument was, and I think Raby just mentioned it, Gorman's a shortstop, and Edmonds played second for the last couple of years. So
Well, that was like 3 weeks ago, though. Why'd you text it in today that we know nothing about baseball?
Well, I mean, you don't watch the games.
Well, I can't disagree with that, but it's not. And it's not as if, and I know these are professional athletes, and you get used to a particular position. Now, if they were talking about moving Carlson to shortstop, I would completely agree with your take. Outfield to shortstop, I get it. Second to short, when you played shortstop your first probably 15, 14 years of playing baseball, I would think you can transition easy. And you should have made that transition during spring training if and when DeYoung was going to hit, $120, $130. I think they knew going in they may have an issue at short, so why not get Edmonds some time there in spring training? They were unprepared, and now all of a sudden they're act surprised that a guy who hasn't produced in 3 years is not producing. So that was my point.
I don't disagree with that. I think they thought Sosa was going to be better than he was.
Yeah,
but the argument that Gorman needs to wait till June 1st to get pulled up is just factually inaccurate. If he plays well, he could gain a year of eligibility this year.
Well, yeah, but he is playing well. I don't know what he could possibly do more now, and especially in a needed position, any kind of bat in the infield outside of Arenado. I think it's a no-brainer. The only argument is, do you want to pay an extra year of service time? And I just wish management would come out and say that that's why Gorman is enough, because beating around the bush saying he needs everyday playing time, well, Yepez is a great prospect, and he's getting everyday at-bats, and so is Donovan. And Gorman is better than both. Gorman's a top 5 prospect in Major League Baseball, and to say the only reason he's not up is because he needs everyday at-bats down in AAA, I just don't buy it, and nobody else is either. It's laughable. There's not much more you can say about it outside of they're just being cheap and want an extra year of service time.
And with the outfield struggling, too, how about you bring Gorman up and you have Edmund play the outfield?
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I'm going to go drink my bleach. Hey, Doug, kiss my ass.
Oh, let him down!
no!
Let him down!
I respect the
Let him down!
He wasn't angry.
Andrew Long in the YouTube chat says, didn't this whole Gorman at shortstop conversation happen 4 days ago?
Yeah, it
on
was.
Monday, not 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So
Gorman-
does that take count if it's 4 days ago?
No, because he texted in today. I mean, you got
72 hours.
You got to text in when it happens.
Okay. Gorman possibly
Raby
could play
says it's
short on your
Edmund,
college
not
team.
Edmonds. There's another one. That's what Raby
No, just put it in the autograph thread with the other 3,000 comments in there.
I think people wouldn't
Chris
be
put it
so
in the
upset
autograph thread.
if they would just be honest and say, we think this guy's going to be so good, we want him to be a Cardinal for as long as we possibly can, and we want to be sure, and he's so young, we want to be absolutely sure he's ready to go. And we don't want to lose him for another year.
What does it matter? It's 2 good years. They'll sign him to a 6-year extension anyway.
But I thought that the new service time thing was if you're 1 and 2 in the Rookie of the Year voting, you get an extra year of service time.
So they're basically eliminating his chance. I agree with Doug. If you say that, then it eliminates the questions every other day. Hey, when's Gorman coming up? You clear that up immediately, and if the fans get pissed, they're already pissed. So you just take, you take the shrapnel, but you're out in the open in front of it, and you just get. To me, at this point, there's nothing more you can answer about Gorman outside of the fact that you don't want to lose a year of service time.
Yeah.
But they won't say that, and it's so annoying.
I think he has the most home runs in all of professional baseball. I think 13. He's on a pace to hit 50 or so, and this is coming at a time when they're not hitting anything at the major league level, so it looks even worse.
We got a break. It's 8:11. We'll close out the Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Jesse Kioski texted me. There is one team left for Friday. One team left for Friday.
Okay.
Somebody go get it. There are teams still left for Thursday, but there is one left for Friday. Now, that might be, she texted me that 2 minutes ago, so it might be gone now. But there's one team left for Friday. And then if you do want to play Thursday, there are teams left for Thursday, but only one left for Friday. TMASTL.com, and then on our Twitter account and on the fan page, there are links directly to Thursday, links directly to Friday, but you can go to TMASTL.com. Michelob Ultra Dotem, it is fast approaching. We'll be at Maggie O'Brien's on Wednesday night. Could wind up being a blues watch party as well as a TMA Live with Lisa Ann in town. Portions of the proceeds going to the great Michael Wellington and Birdies for Bipolar, Michelob Ultra, Family Golf, and Munganast, presenting the Dotem, and Iggy, Jackson, Plowhawk, and myself will be out there along with Dogtown Ty and his drone, previewing hole by hole of Normandy to get some of the players ready for where they really want to land their tee shots. And, Doug, where you want to leave your ball in your approach. Do you want to be over here on the left side of the green? Well, watch how it's going to trundle if you're on the left side of the green.
Right.
Why don't you go with your 4-iron? Why don't you hit on the right side of the green and then really put yourself in position to birdie that hole? So that's what we're going to do with Dogtown Ty and his drone. Very grateful for all the sponsors and all the support from the listeners for this event. It is going to be a pony. And, Iggy, you are still happy about the weather forecast?
Yeah, just a very slight chance of rain, almost nil, but I'll give it a 10 or 15% chance of maybe a drizzle, but high in the low 80s on Thursday, and Friday high in the mid 80s.
Wow.
Partly cloudy, nice little cloud cover, so I'm looking for 2 gorgeous days, Doug.
Are you really?
How about that?
That'd be nice.
And you're going to get to ride around in a golf cart with Learn on Thursday and then putt for people on Friday. What a 40 hours for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about for her?
It's disappointing for her.
That'd be good for her.
We just hope she gets through it and she's well
Oh,
paid.
did you just say, oh, Ken?
That'd be good for her brand.
I mean, when Pepper and Jeannie call each other by their first names.
Ken. Frank Cusimano's the only one who calls me Ken.
We talked about that.
Hi, Ken.
I can't morning, Ken.
How will this be good for her brand?
Well, she gets to meet a lot of our listeners, and
KSHE's got a very small audience. It's a new startup station.
Yeah, so.
And our listeners are so successful.
Mm-hmm.
You can text in 314-881-TMA5. Email in Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. And like the ill side of it, call into the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone line 636-9004-TMA. And don't forget, brand new T-shirt for the Blues run. If we can just get hot, we can win this baby. The 2022 edition is up. Everything in honor of the Blues winning the series against the Wild. 10% off at TMASTLshop.com, including this brand new T-shirt, TMASTLshop.com, but everything is 10% off this morning at TMASTLshop.com. Check it out. If we can just get hot, we can win this baby. Blues and Avalanche. Avalanche minus 380. Wow. Favorite in the series. I can't imagine we'll see a greater favorite than that in the next round. All right, we'll take a commercial break, come back with our appliance discounters, 8 o'clock hour. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having
with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Ryan Kelly, you're always a guy who keeps it 100, including with your hero.loan. Tell us about that.
That's what the kids say, right?
Well, I'm such a young guy. Yeah, I try to stay hip.
Yeah, you are, for sure. You're Gucci.
Not
100%.
so much. Not so much.
Look at you, dripping over there with the smoke. Gosh, I could just keep going. We do keep it 100, I'll tell you that. At HeroLoan.com, you can buy a house with no money down. It's 100% financing, so think about that. You've been in the military, family member's been in the military, and you want to buy a house, but you're worried you just don't have the down payment. With the VA loan, you can buy a house, 100% financing, no money down. And if you're thinking about a refinance, even better. With HeroLoan.com and the VA loan, you can refinance and cash out up to 100% of your appraised value. So if the house appraises for $300 and you only owe $200 in your current loan, we can do a refinance, replace that loan, and give you $100K in cash. And at HeroLoan.com, our rates are always 100 times better. We keep it 100 for sure. Get the loan that you've earned today at HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA.
You're the one dripping with smoke.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
The Fan Page Club Championship at Gateway National Golf Course, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it, is officially underway. A bunch of guys went out in the heavy wind conditions and complained about the rules. People got eliminated. You can't even come out and see the tournament, but you can follow it on social media. Check out TMA STL on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all the updates and videos of guys making like triple bogeys to win the hole. Pretty dumb stuff. Brought to you by The Morning After and Michelob Ultra.
At Andrea's Steakhouse, located in O'Fallon, Illinois, they offer hand-cut steaks that are cooked to perfection, highlighted by their famous Andrea's Brush on Steak Sauce. Come hang out and enjoy live music on Friday and Saturday, dinner and drinks on the patio, or relax like you're watching an ASMR video at the bar. All the Walrus people will drool over their handcrafted burger, made from a blend of ribeye, strip, and filet. You won't regret it. Andrea's Brush on Steak Sauce and Andrea's House Salad Dressing can be found in local retail outlets throughout the greater St. Louis area. For more, visit us at andreas.com or call 618-632-4866.
Hey, it's Jackson from Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially. Saving for retirement and college while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you're like me and starting your financial planning, or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a strategy to do your finances right. It's a straightforward approach that starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors and insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open. Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like a steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
KPNT-FM, HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Your home for the morning after and TMA all day. Stream us live at youtube.com/TMASTL and at TMASTL.com.
I mean, what the hell is going on?
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT-FM, HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Never make it. St. Louis Blues ain't here to fake it. Real deal, now it's time to take it. Sharpen up the blades, blood, sweat, and tears over decades. Went from last place in the whole league to the best in the West. Time to dig deep. It's game time, let's light them up. Boston Bruins ain't backing up. Media says watch out for Rask. Binning Bennington is up for the task. Load your players with Gloria. I can feel a sense of euphoria. One more round, that's what's up. St. Louis Blues are coming for the cup.
I am rolling balls. Oh, yeah. As I watched the end of that game last night, I thought, imagine how crazy this crowd would go if they played Gloria right now. Gosh, I want them to bring that back.
They played Beach Boys.
I know. Did that get anybody excited?
What's your favorite Beach Boys song?
I don't know.
Good Vibrations.
Probably Good Vibrations.
What about Kokomo from 1986 Cocktail?
I think Good Vibrations.
Is Cocktail 88? I'm going to say
I don't know the
Cocktail's
years,
88.
Tim.
I'm going to say 87 because it gets me 88 and 86.
I think it's dead on with 87. It's 1988.
A little worried. Boy, what if I would have said 86, Doug? Can you imagine?
Yeah,
would have
boy,
ruined today's show.
Been a lot of fallout.
Yep. Iggy is not back, but Doug is, Plowhawk is, Jackson is. It is our appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour. Come on in, friends. The water is warm. Appliance discounters, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. We will have our drops of the week coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, brought to you by Appliance Discounters. And then we will have our Bertarelli Cutlery Cuts of the week and the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Welcome to this 8 o'clock hour and a couple of news and notes. I don't know what the status is of the handful of Dotem teams left for the Michelob Ultra Dotem next week. Well, I know that there was one left for Friday. I don't know if that is no longer with us. Jackson, and we took him to task. Doug and I really gave him the high hard one and high-fived over him during the break for saying that it had sold out. He was wrong. He has issued a statement on Twitter and has apologized. And we'll see. We'll see. I like to go and use burner accounts and judge people's apologies on Twitter, so I'll spend some of the day today doing that. But Jackson was wrong. It is not sold out. At least it was not at that moment. If you want to play on Friday, there's one team left, a handful left on Thursday, and we will get updates. You can get your teams, tmastl.com. And if you're on Twitter or Facebook, the links are up on the fan page and on the TMASTL Twitter account. Coming up later today, the Plowhawk, Iggy, Jackson, and myself will be playing at Normandy. Dogtown Ty will have his drone out there, and we'll have... what's the plan with that, Jackson, as far as... Because we have sponsors. We're going to have the sponsors, the flyover, the whole thing.
Yeah, it's going to...
is Dogtown Ty editing that, or how's that going to work?
No, I assume I'll be editing it. I'm going to be doing that all day Monday to try to get it out as soon as possible. But it's going to be a lot of video to cut together. So
it doesn't sound like the way you said that you are looking forward to it.
No, I mean, I am. I'm just in the process of editing the fan page club championship video, and so I'm going to get it out before the Dotem. It's going to take me a while, to be honest with you.
We have a video department here. Maybe they could help with that. And take
that would be
it off the
great.
plate.
Yeah, that would be great because it's really important that we want to get it out there for the people, especially ahead of the Dotem, and get all of our wonderful whole sponsors their due credit. So we're going to get that as soon as possible. A lot of it is just once we get all the videos compiled, because you and I will be shooting most of the video out there. We got to get all those videos together and then put it all together to make one clean video, along with the great Dogtown Ties drone footage. So once we get that, I'll talk to the video department here and see if we can get that as soon as possible.
There you go.
Next week is when it will come out.
All right, there you go, Doug.
All right.
You'll be able to watch it.
Well, that's nice. That's nice. And the theme of it is find the cuckold?
That's correct. Yeah, it's like where's Waldo, where's the cuck? That's what we'll
somewhere on each hole or just somewhere on the course?
I think we've dispensed about 6 of them, so 1 out of every 3. But we were maybe going to try to surprise people on par 5, number 7, and maybe it's just such a long hole that we thought we could put 2 cucks out there on that one.
I think that would be
fun. Keep an eye
fun
out for 2 cucks.
And it's kind of like flashlight tag. When you find the cuck, that means now you're the cuck. So you're going to be put in a position on the course. Now you're cucking, and somebody has to find you.
There's a nice bush over there on the left, about 150 out.
There's a really nice bush
that you can probably fit 2 people in.
Or someone could sit behind and not be seen.
Well, yeah, and then you see a head peek out while we're in the fairway and pop back down.
I don't know. Those woods between 3 and 4, perfect.
Look, we'll be out there probably till at least 4. And
I got a T-ball game tonight.
I got
45. Think I'll be all right?
I got a grocery pickup at 5.
Leave if you have to.
I want to keep posting scores to get my handicap higher.
We'll be done by 4. I don't know who else is playing out there in front of us.
Probably.
Well, you'll be firing shots into him.
They won't be playing long. They'll be
Brett McGee.
At some point,
and DeBarnes Jewish.
At some point, if we're out there to 4, at some point, Cletus will show up in our foursome, so there could be a cuck situation.
That might hold us back. You might have to.
Yeah, we'll have to request a marshal emerge from the cemetery.
The girdle will waft, and we'll know. That's the thing with Cletus. You know he's coming when you can smell the waft of the girdle.
I hope he
waft of the girdle.
I hope he comes out because I have something I want to do for the filming. Something I saw on TikTok I want to do.
Oh, brother!
But I need Cletus.
Like a dance routine?
No, Cletus needs to lay down on the green, and you'll have to wait and see what it is.
Is he laying down butt up or
supine?
Penis up?
No, on his back.
And you're going to hit the ball off his leg and into the cup?
No, you have to watch.
Are you going to hit the ball out of his mouth? Because I might have to request we don't do that.
No, we'll figure it out. I'm not going to give it away. You'll have to watch.
Yeah. Cletus says he's in the group in front of us. That can't be true.
Well, that means he's teeing off at 11:50. Don't you work? Well, he does get up at like 2:30 and starts working at 4.
That counts.
It's not like he slacks off. That man is always working. He gets out to the golf course, and people make fun of me playing for free. Cletus plays for free, but he works. He does work out there. He picks the range. He goes out and picks up sticks. So he's always out of the
Pick up
course.
sticks.
Yeah, a lot of times the branches will break off and they'll be in the fairway, and he'll walk around and pick up the big branches and sticks that are out there and move them.
Where's he put them?
Into the woods, so they're not in the golfer's way.
Okay.
Sounds like pace of play will be
If you're
great.
playing the ball down and your ball goes into one of those branches, you got to hit out of it. So he cleans it up.
All right, that's nice of him.
I mean, Tim had that problem in the sand trap.
Doug, let's pull up my video in the
You
sand
had a
trap
stick
from
in the
two.
sand trap.
No, it was a gateway, but people weren't raking the bunkers, and I had to hit out of a footprint one time.
Oh, no.
Tim had to hit out of a hole.
Oh.
Bill's hole.
That cost me a hole, too. I just got some bad breaks.
Yeah. See, I think if you run into something on the course like that that's not supposed to be there, you move your ball a little bit. Who cares?
Yeah, and if I wasn't a nice guy, I'd have won, but
You're not that nice a guy.
I basically gave him 2 holes.
Doug, we're going to revisit the first round.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Mark Cooper.
I
Nice
tried to
guy.
come up with a way to get you back in the tournament, and you poo-pooed that.
I'm not doing that. I did that a few years ago. We came up with a loser's bracket, then a cuck bracket.
But
then
no one's going to
I
care.
kept losing. I kept making up a new bracket until it was just me in it.
I assure you, as strange as it might sound to you, that there will be people who care.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, there is.
Oh,
As long as he doesn't
where's he
win.
going to he's on the show, so he gets in again?
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm not-
yes.
And for the record, I would agree in principle that if people do buy in, and it is, I think, 125. Is that what it is? Is there 75 for the prize pool? I don't know. The point is, people
50
put
for the
money
prize
into
pool.
it, and
Yeah.
you know, that's you can't have people
can't
lose
do
and then
that.
re-enter. I get that, but as far as like the importance of this event, it is. As Jason Isringhausen said in 2014, watching the wiffle ball tournament, this is the greatest day of some of these guys' lives.
That's true. I can see him saying that, too.
Well, that's exactly what he said. You can text in 314-881-TMA5, or you can email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for the design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. And that is how you can get involved in the show, or just like the Illsider did, call in the Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone lines. The Blues beating the Wild last night. Now, Michael Russo is a fan who covers the team for The Athletic, and he says this, Doug: 53 wins, 113 points,
Yeah.
and countless team and individual milestones, especially from the first true superstar in franchise history, Kirill Kaprizov. And all for naught. Maybe in a few weeks we will reflect on the 2021-2022 campaign and remember the loads of excitement this close-knit team provided during a historic 82-game regular season. But even with a vast culture change, even when things prove to be different, this franchise never fails to disappoint when it matters most.
Oh.
Thursday night, despite their latest catchy "It's About Winning" playoff slogan, the Wild season ended emphatically, as usual, with a good old-fashioned 5-1 butt-kicking, courtesy of the always piercing thorn in their sides, the St. Louis Blues. How
do you do?
Well, I'm fine. But, everybody's disappointed when they lose. Half the teams go out in the first round.
Yeah,
and then think, oh, wow, how horrible.
After holding a 2-1 series lead and having a chance to take a stranglehold in the series when the Blues played 4 defensemen totaling 15 games of playoff experience, including players like Steven Santini and Calle Rosen in Game 4, the Wild bowed out with 3 consecutive losses. If you're counting at home, and we know you are, the Wild's 9 playoff appearances in the past 10 years, they've lasted past the first round twice, and not once since 2015.
Okay, get over it, Buster. You got whooped. You got whooped bad. You got whooped on the ice. You got whooped off the ice. Ah, yes, the ice.
Man, that's a nice series of Lunchables being made behind our board
It really
right now.
is. It's hard to concentrate when you're making that kind of Lunchable pizza for yourself.
I'm trying to get out of the way. I'm getting.
And now the pepperoni's going on there.
Just trying to get out of the way. You're getting a take ready. There's a take in the oven. It'll be out in a minute. In the meantime, we're preparing a few more pizzas.
You put like 3 pepperonis on each individual piece?
Correct, Doug.
There's 1, 2, and 3 perfectly arranged, and you don't heat these up at all.
If the Blues were the Cardinals, Tarasenko would still be in San Antonio.
Oh, he would not.
There's my take.
Antonio.
He's just not ready. He needs everyday playing time.
Now, I know how we feel on this show, but how do you think a Blues fans would feel if you asked them, would you consider it a successful season if they lose to the Avs?
I think the vast majority would.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people, I don't see it this way. How do you see it, Doug? I don't consider this at the moment one of the best Blues teams ever, and it might even sound weird.
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
feel
well,
to me like it's one of the best ever.
that is Jackson. You see it. Jackson now is at a point though. I've noticed he starts turning off the text inbox on 101. But there is a healthy number of people who really put it up there. I think that's just because of the scoring depth.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
But at this moment, it isn't a team that stands out to me that I would think. But maybe it's just because it's not full of superstars. I don't know.
No, but when you go way back to the President's Trophy winning team,
or even teams in the
when you had two of the greatest,
90s.
you had 2 of the greatest defensemen in the history of the league playing on the same team. You can't come close to matching that now. And when you had Brett Hull scoring 86 goals a year, no, I don't think this is the most talented team they have.
But you have 109 points. You get through a really good. I mean, that wasn't just like a layup first-round opponent. That was a good first-round opponent, and they're going up against a great second-round team. Now you beat them, and then you're playing, whoever the hell it'll be on the other side of it. I suppose at this point it could be any one of 4 teams. Because they're all 4 still alive as of the moment, with Calgary and Dallas still going, and Edmonton and LA going to Game 7. I mean, that's that. If you are to beat Colorado, then you don't go, oh my God, this team's still out there. You've absolutely gone.
You've slayed the dragon.
You have, just like St. Louis did in getting the NFL to settle.
Well, I wouldn't equate it with that.
Huge win.
Yeah, I think if they beat the Avs, it's kind of a toss-up after that. Who wins the Cup?
It depends on what the Carolina and the Florida situation is. But, those were the Colorado, Carolina, and Florida, I think, were the 3 that were the ones that stood out. But, yeah, for the most part, I don't think people would go, oh, the Blues can't. Once you beat Colorado, if that were to happen. And, again, we said it in the 7 o'clock hour, brought to you by Munganess. Colorado's minus 380 against the Blues. And if you wanted to bet the Blues, the Blues are plus 290, Jackson? Is that right?
Yep.
If you're feeling it for the Blues, throw 100 on the Blues, you win 290. Doug, if you want to throw 1,000 on the Blues, fine. You just won 2,900.
Yeah.
When they sweep the Stanley Steamer. By the way, somebody DM'd me, and I was thinking about this one, but I don't know if it's I don't know what your thoughts are, for a Blues T-shirt going with the Cronky clown nose. Plowhawk, you've used the clown nose before.
Yeah, I would say it's a great move.
You'd like to see it, would you?
Oh, I freaking love it.
With the clown nose?
Yeah.
Is that Biden Styles?
Doug, is that Biden Styles?
I don't know what that means.
Well, that's a famous Barstool move.
That would have to be a quick one, though.
With the Goodell thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if they lose in 4, it's over, and the shirt means nothing.
Well, we're all aware of the math, but as far as the style goes, would that be the play?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
It was the first thing that came to mind, but I'm kind of like, oh, is that,
I like a more positive play towards our team.
You mean like if we can just
dwell
get
on
high?
the other? Yes.
Someone said Puck Cronky. I thought that was kind of good.
At some point, Cronky's living in our heads too much.
Well, it's just the way it's going to be, and I think we just accept it.
Yeah, well.
But it is something that unites people. If you moved on, you moved on. I had kind of just after they won the. I think, are you fighting a wasp?
Some kind of bug.
What in the world?
I don't know. It was a fly.
Are you
or
having hallucinations
I
at
don't know,
all?
it was a fly or a mosquito or a bee. I don't know what the hell it was.
Okay.
Actually, the more I think about it, I really like the Cronky Clown nose.
Big Don Johnson says I'd buy one ASAP.
Yeah, I'm thinking more about it. And I would
Wouldn't do it in blue and yellow?
Yeah.
Do we do one in the blue and the pink of the MLS team, too?
Yeah, stick it. He's got Disney on the Rapids, too. So stick it to him on two fronts.
You could do the Cronky. Should go to prison, do a black shirt with him in a jumpsuit.
Mrs. Jenny Shanahan says, I'll order one right now. I guess it kind of has to happen at this point.
Let me shoot a text.
Oh, that was that.
Off to Utah.
Off to Utah we go.
No, I think he's still out on tour.
Nope, he's back.
Oh, is he back?
Yeah, I had a conversation with him yesterday.
Oh.
How about that?
I guess that tour's over already. In a big 3-week span.
That was the entire bowling tour. 3 weeks?
It could be. The PBA tour's over for the year, and that was over in April.
What is it, like Wheel of Fortune, where they just do like 30 matches a day?
They hit bankrupt and they stopped.
Pretty much. They did the World Series of Bowling where they bowl like 9 tournaments in a week.
There's nothing better than the sanctimonious beat writer penning a team obituary following a terrible series loss. Suck it, Wild. Bring on the abs. I can't wait to take a steaming dump on Cronky's chest for the next 2 weeks and then spray a little of that butt beef stewed Doug's way as well. That's from the kid in the parking lot on the dirt bike, little Tommy Tribbins.
Okay.
You got a dirt bike now?
Get vile.
Yeah.
Got my Vespa.
Where's your Vespa?
Working on it.
This is great Vespa riding season.
I know. We're working on it.
Okay.
Maybe in the fall.
The Blues played the Avalanche last year, and I just don't remember it. I'm dead serious. I don't remember it.
I remember just little bits of it. The Blues just got steamrolled.
Right. It was one of those things where I barely remember the Cardinals and the Nationals and the NLCS. Like, the Cardinals were in the NLCS less than 3 years ago, but they were so, I don't even know what the right word for it is. Just horrible that it didn't feel like it was a series. And I don't know if it was a case of Colorado just being in another world or what, but that didn't feel like much of a series. I feel like this is a different set of circumstances. But at the same time, I think Colorado may be even better this year. But that's a team that hasn't broken through. The Blues did break through, and I saw Jamie Rivers talking about it last night I watched it this morning on the Bailey's post-game show. And I think Bernie Federko and he were talking about it. When it got down to it later in the series, the experience of the Blues was an advantage. And I don't know how often you hear that in other sports, whether or not that matters or not, but I do feel like you hear about it in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Like, teams have to experience the heartbreak of losing in the Stanley Cup playoffs to finally break through. I don't know if there's truth to that. I'm sure there's exceptions to the rules. Like the Red Wings, I feel like in the 90s, they had to find, and then they finally got through there and they broke through. I don't know if the Blues in 2019, because there were a lot of new faces on that 2019 team relative to when they lost in 2016 to the Sharks in the Western Conference Final. Hell, I don't know. Point is that the Blues did have the experience in the Wild. Wow. Let me put it this way. I don't go too takey because Ziggy and the Plowhawk are handling it for us.
Right.
But if the shoe were on the other foot and Minnesota was in the spot that the Blues were in, it just exactly flipped the roles around. And the Blues were up 2-1. And as healthy as the Wild were, and the Wild were as unhealthy as the Blues were for Game 4, and the Blues lose 3 straight, I would probably be, at the very least, pissy about it. So if I'm in Minnesota, Russo and his stuff is whatever. He's a fan and he writes. But if I'm a fan up there who doesn't write, I'm irritated. This is a 113-point winning team, and they lost 3 in a row when a team was absolutely decimated.
We got hot. Now we can win this baby.
Yeah.
And even in Game 5, when
that's 2-2 going to the third period.
Yeah,
they scored 1 goal. The final 80 minutes of hockey, and the Blues scored 8.
And Berube said basically what you just said. He said, they're not 100%, but they're playing tonight because they have that experience. And that means a lot. You have 2 guys that have been there before. They may not be 100%, but if they can skate there on the ice because of their, what they've done before, and they're there, they got some experience back there. So, yeah, to lose the way they did in Game 4 when they could have won up 3-1, it's It's got to be demoralizing.
Especially in a first round with minus the Predators, everybody is just grinding. And the Predators, I'm sure, internally, as any Nashville fan probably knew going in, that was just highly unlikely. But all these other series are a minimum 6 games, and the Wild lost 3 straight. I can't imagine, minus the Predators, that anybody else has lost 3 straight, right? And the Wild were a team that had cup aspirations. The Blues have beaten some, average to below average playoff teams in the first round in their road. Certainly wasn't the case in 2019. But this was a really good team they beat, and then they just beat the hell out of them in the final 3 games of the series. It's something else. Tim, you don't remember the series last year with the Avalanche because Perron got another case of COVID, and Kadri almost killed Falk and knocked him out of the series. It was over pretty quick. Yeah, I do remember those parts of it.
Yeah.
Remember, this Wild team reminds me a lot of when the Blues acquired Ryan Miller. Halak was fine. And you kind of rode your coattail because of that trade. I think not starting Talbot, either Game 1 or Game 5, that seals it because you're taking a goalie who hasn't played in 3 weeks or 2 weeks or what have you.
Yeah, Dean Evason's going to be catching some hell.
Yeah, I just don't know how you handle Fleury and keep him in Game 5. I think all the momentum's with the Blues, and you saw the success the Blues had with a goalie switch. Mm-hmm. We were so attached to Ryan Miller and the success he had in the past that you're kind of blind that he's not the player he once was. And, I mean, Halak was serviceable and ended up being, a better choice. And we gave up a ton to get Ryan Miller, and Ryan Miller just wet the bed in the playoffs and lost.
Posipami down.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes guys aren't the players they were a month ago. Guys get hot, guys get hurt, guys get cold. Things happen. Men, not machines. You think you're going to get one version of a player, and you get another version of a player.
One thing about this team is that, they don't have a true superstar. I mean, Tarasenko did score upper 30s. But other than that, what'd you have, 10 guys score 20?
I think 9.
9 or 10. So you have continuity there, and you got all 4 lines can score. And they work well together, so there's something for that, not having a guy scoring 50 goals or 60 goals. When you got 9 guys that can score, they're good on the power play. Defensemen are good. So, I think you have a great core there.
Yeah.
They may not be a juggernaut, but I think they can play with Colorado.
Plowhawk is in this gentleman's kitchen. Tim, make Plowboy name 5 players on the Avalanche other than McKinnon and McCarr. Ha 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 ha, loser.
Oh.
And then this morning he said
Landeskog and Kemper for sure.
Plowsy Halak wasn't even the backup. It was Elliott, you moron.
Hey.
This guy is upset about it all.
Well, I didn't know that.
He needs to call in to the Steve Schmidt Kiev North County phone line.
Was it Elliott? I guess I could have been wrong. I thought it was Halak at the time.
Well, he was on the team.
There you go. Whoever it was, when they made that trade, we thought, oh, man, we just got a really good goalie. We got a shot now. And he didn't have much at all.
Which one are we talking about?
Ryan Miller.
I love that he says name.
Oh, people were super excited, including myself when that happened.
Name 4 people on Colorado outside of 4 of their top players. So you want me to name 8 Colorado Avalanche players when I don't watch the Colorado Avalanche? You have your computer in front of you and you're just name, but, Darcy Kemper. You have McKinnon, Landeskog, McCarr. You had Ratinen.
I call him Mikko.
It's a good team.
Very good.
And if the Blues lose, I don't think it necessarily means, well, they didn't know what it took this year. They didn't have the right experience, or they didn't want it bad enough. Someone's going to lose all these games. Sometimes you got great teams playing against each other, and they're either one could go all the way if they could get by this series. But, someone's got to lose, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they had a flaw in their game. It's just someone was a little bit better.
It's already a successful season from my standpoint. It just is. They beat a really good team in the first round. They had 109 points, and they're going up against the Stanley Cup favorite, a substantial Stanley Cup favorite, by the way, in the Colorado Avalanche. That's just the way that it is. I really hope they can give them a run. That's, get this thing to 6 games.
I do too. If for no other reason, it's such great TV.
Yeah,
it's so much fun every other night to be able to sit down and say, "Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait!" And hopefully it'll last a long time. Hopefully we got another month of this.
It'd be a month and a half. The Stanley Cup final probably would be in July at some point. Engineer Design Facilities, sponsor of our. Jackson said, "Well, why do you say proceed with extreme caution on this caller?"
I picked up a towel.
Okay, well then,
we can always pot him down.
Who's calling in? O'Connor, Sturm, or Helm? We didn't mention their 4th line. Are they calling in and being pissed off?
Oh, Iggy.
Oh, man. Right back at him. Right back
I love
at
how
him.
he has his phone up. It's just right up there.
Here's your lines.
EDF, sponsor of the text inbox here on this program, sponsor of the Blues Playoff Report. Today, our guest, Jeremy Rutherford, on Balloon Party. It's engineered design facilities, and if you are interested in going to Maggie O'Brien's next week for the Dotem Pre-Party, it's sponsored by EDF Engineered Design Facilities, and they will be raffling off a dinner for 4 with wine pairings at Olive and Oak and 4 all-inclusive Stiefel Bull and Bear Club tickets to a Blues game next fall during the 2022-2023 regular season. All raffle tickets proceeds will go to Birdies for Bipolar, our charity partner on the Dotem, in efforts to raise the capital needed for the Veterans Golf Simulator mission at Arlington. Value $1,500. It's engineered, designed facilities, EDF. Engineered Design Facilities. They're online at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. Think about it. Doug, this is RJ. Finger on the trigger.
Okay.
I'll be good.
Hello, RJ.
I have confidence in RJ.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, not much.
My word. What up, bud?
I can't hear you.
Well, we said, oh, my word. What's your hot take, sir?
Oh, man. I went to the game last night with the boys. We're in from Indianapolis. And it was freaking wild down there, man. No pun intended. We found these girls at the game. And they said, you want to go out after... They were hitting on my buddy Jeremy.
You on the white horse?
We went to Shark Bar. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
Have you been to Shark Bar?
I have been. It's a ballpark village.
I have.
Oh man.
Well, what happened?
It was. There were these like little blonde boys dancing on like the bar, like little guys. And they were wearing like almost like half shirts. You can't even make this up. Then they put these charms, like these little charms in your drink. And these charms are like little hula boys and stuff. And the chicks there, oh my, dude. The chicks were like heavy.
Great story.
Like real heavy.
The chicks were heavy. The girls were fat. Is that what you're saying?
Oh my God. Like
what are you sniffing? What are you sniffing?
I freaking love this.
The one chick was wearing like she has this like Walmart Cardinals T-shirt on.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And you can see like the belly sweat through it, like where her belly button is.
These are the gals you met at the game?
Shining through, like you can see it through the white part of the shirt, like the belly sweat from her belly button there. And she was sitting on Jeremy's lap, and he said she farted on him. He said she farted, and I had never been to this place before. But it was the place was just awful. This Shark Bar is awful. My friends from Indianapolis was like, "What are you doing? We came here to see a good time, and you took us to Shark Bar."
Oh,
they're like, "This is terrible," and the chicks were freaking horrible, man.
Why don't you send in a picture of you and your friends so we can see what Adonises you guys are?
I don't look like somebody tell my buddy Jeremy looks like Pauly Shore.
are you still a little drunk
No wonder
from last night?
What do you think you're going to pick up acting like that? Sniffing and coughing and
Well, we
laughing
went out after. So we went out after. we tried to go to Lucas Park. It was closed.
It was closed?
They didn't even open.
Well, they said they've been closed for a few years, apparently. That's what I got the vibe of.
Tumbleweeds and
then we went to the east side, and I thought we'd have like all like the Blues players there, and they weren't there.
Well, imagine
they're
that.
all like, they're all like a bunch of pansies now. It's so different, like than when we were little, and you had like Craig Conroy was over there smashing Va.
You went to strip bars when you were little?
No, just you know what I
You're
mean.
smashing
the
Bob.
90s.
What does that mean?
Like in the 90s. And we had meetings all freaking day, so it was like everyone was just freaking beat, like just freaking beat. And so we went there.
God almighty.
And
What are these noises that you're making?
And then this morning, here we are. So
there it is again.
Got I don't know.
Shocked
maybe.
you couldn't pick anything up last night.
What?
Shocked you couldn't pick anything up last
They
night.
met the gals at the game, and they're having a party.
And that shows you what you do when you're for Adonis's and you leave the shark bar. You go to the
I made out with a girl.
Yeah, you go to the strip clubs.
At Penthouse.
And then over to Rubber Dub.
No. She said she's from St. Louis but moved away. She was back visiting her niece or something. She kissed me like 3 times.
Was she one of the dancers, or was she
just a patron.
Patron, Doug.
Hanging out.
We call them patrons.
Motorhomes across the street.
She's just hanging out.
And you just made out with her for no reason at all?
We just made out. We just started necking,
necking.
Necking.
Kissing necks.
Where are you
And
close the door.
Just making out and stuff.
Are you Imperial?
I'm picking some people up right now. Hey guys, what's up? What's up?
Yeah. Is that Jeremy?
Jeremy's in the car.
I'm picking people up as we speak.
Are you an Uber driver?
No. That's funny. No, I work in the dental industry.
Dental industry.
Oh, yeah, I remember this guy.
Tell Jeremy hello.
Jeremy, he says, what's up?
So Jeremy had a girl break wind on him last night at the Shark Bar.
Yeah, she's a half.
What?
She was a heavy set gal.
I mean, they were from a bachelorette party from Carbondale.
Oh,
that makes sense.
They came into St. Louis on a Thursday.
The Shark Bar.
Just to meet you guys.
No, they were. They were there.
Get yourself to urgent care.
What? I'm not going urgent care. What?
Between the sniffing and the coughing and the something going on here.
Oh man, we got a little after it. I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't be calling like this.
Did anybody engage in coitus or heavy petting or anything along those lines? Or when the girl broke wind on Jeremy, did that end it for everybody?
Oh.
No. Well, one of my buddies engaged in coitus, but I can't talk about it.
No.
I know. I won't talk about it.
I wouldn't.
I don't talk about it.
Okay.
He'll get off my belt.
So you
All right, we gotta go.
Okay, sorry to bother you.
Doug, that was RJ.
That's what 800 at the strip club will get.
Shark Bar.
Well, 800 at the strip club and then 1,400 for your dealer.
Aren't there 5 or 6 bars there at Ballpark Village? If you don't like one, just go to another one, right?
Yeah, but you got.
Well, Jeremy was getting coitus.
All of them, really.
And the other guy was getting made out with. Necking.
I don't think farting on the lap is a game changer.
It depends on who does it.
It's not a strong start.
There's some you could forgive.
If it was your girlfriend, that's one thing. But if it's a girl you just met, and
who's already sweating.
There's 5 things that you think about when you just meet someone, and if 2 of them are hot sweat and then drop an ass on you.
Oh,
I see somebody wants to change their name to Va Smasher Jackson.
I got it. Welcome to the club.
What does that mean?
Va Smasher has entered the chat.
I couldn't even understand what he was saying.
That was world class.
I don't think he's been home yet from last night's party.
Picking up his boys,
Yeah.
over Kingsley and Jeremy.
Outstanding.
Well, he had himself quite a time.
Wasn't a bad
RJ, walk your emphysema ass off the plank in Party Cove and don't come up for air, you walrus hoocher.
I think just a little bit of the white horse. Just
a little bit.
Stuffed up a little bit.
We must have received somewhere, Jackson, what would you say?
About 150 texts about RJ.
About him being Tucker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Buck Swope even bumped it.
It was like the text line was just rolling. It was like a slot machine.
It could be, actually, to be honest.
Oh, it is, because he's called.
There was no
He's done
doubt
the
about it.
dental equipment thing before.
I'll ship in 75%.
I couldn't tell with the voice, though.
100%.
No, that was him.
Oh, you got another treat? Oh, it's a Lunchable?
Final pizza.
Has he ever called in
Yeah,
before?
all 3 of them?
Yeah, I'm on my 3rd.
Has RJ?
RJ ever called him before?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Has he?
Mm-hmm. And he was like some in dental.
Okay.
I couldn't pick it up when I talked to him on the phone for like 12 seconds, but as soon as he started talking, I was like, oh, yeah.
That was a fun
How did I
call.
miss that one?
Well, we're living in fun times.
Yeah.
The Blues are advancing to the second round of the playoffs. The Cardinals will host the San Francisco Giants and also get tested by the New York Mets over the next week. So we'll find out more about this St. Louis baseball club and the Fan Page Club Championship rolls on. I don't know what else we have. We have a PGA Championship. The Mickelson book's coming out. We got all kinds of things going on here.
Right.
The weather is warm. The ladies are in sundresses. They're breaking wind on guys at Ballpark Village. The guys are doing blow. Jeremy, everybody. It's a fun time to be in St. Louis.
I was encouraged to hear that the Blues were not at the strip clubs last night.
Well, they were when he was a kid.
Well, I don't think I could see Ryan O'Reilly at the Shark
That was
Bar.
back before there were cell phones where, look, O'Reilly.
Yeah, you dare
look,
not do
there's
that
Nichols.
now.
Well, in the old days, boy, you go over there after a game and
Don't they get pretty
half of
feisty
the
if you,
visiting team would be over there.
if you pull out your cell phone and start taking pictures? Wouldn't that be a no-no at the strip
You're
club?
not supposed to.
Yeah, that is a big
Yeah, well, it's so dark in there, you'd have to use your flash, and that's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, and that flash catches a lot of
And
secretion.
if you ever taken a picture in the
Secretion.
bar and it's dark and the flash goes off, nobody looks good in those pictures.
No.
With the flash on. They all look like rats just coming out of a sewer.
Hey, Salt and Smoke is going to be our lunch at the Dotem on Thursday and Friday, presented by Michelob Ultra. Donut Drive-In with the donuts for breakfast. Come on out. We'll be broadcasting at Normandy next Thursday and Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Lisa Ann will be there. It's going to be a pony. I got to manage my alcohol intake. Doug, how do you, I mean, you got Wednesday nights, you got Thursday, you got Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Show is off on Monday.
And Saturday for you is usually an all-day drunk, isn't it?
Yeah, at this point.
You on a point
once our I'm going everywhere. Once our now that our son is 3 months old, we're like, okay, finally, we're free.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's get hammered.
He can be on his own for a while.
Exactly. But Salt and Smoke will be quite a treat at Normandy. The food is incredible. Anytime I do this spot, I start thinking about that brisket jack and those burnt-end toasted raviolis. Jack, do you say toasted ravioli or toasted raviolis?
Toasted ravioli.
Raviolis.
T-Ravs.
Yeah, because if you say T-Ravs, you have to say toasted raviolis.
I do always say RBIs. I refuse to say RBI.
Good for you. Hold true to your
You don't
game.
have to say that much. Don't have to bust that out of your sportscast every now
Don't
and
sleep on those deviled eggs. Hopefully, Tom will have some of those out there this week.
The team at Salt and Smoke been passionate about treating meat right for years and are excited to bring their St. Louis-style barbecue to the Del Mar Loop. Hampton, South City, St. Charles, Central West End, and Ballpark Village. They do their best to bring you the best. Stop into the Ballpark Village location before and after games or enjoy the game from their outdoor patio. Become besties with Salt and Smoke at saltandsmokebbq.com. And by the way, they are hiring, and they are hiring with signing bonuses for cooks and 401ks and health insurance and growth available at Salt and Smoke. Can't recommend somebody like Tom Schmidt, better guy to work for than Tom Schmidt.
His
So-
birthday today, too, I do believe.
Oh, is that right?
I saw on
Oh, is that-
Facebook. Happy birthday to you. Love that guy today.
birthday to you.
You'd think he'd bring in some pulled pork here today.
He
to
deserves all
celebrate.
For his
success.
birthday, he should.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Tom. Now bring us food.
Yeah, a little disappointing there, isn't it?
Right.
We have one thing in common. We both treat our meat right.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Oh, with
That's their
500.
slogan, isn't it? They treat their meat right.
They do.
I don't know. Is it?
I think Tim said that.
Tim, Mick Ultra has 2.6 grams of carbs you can drink away. That's from the 314. Yeah, it's not necessarily about the carbohydrate intake so much as it about,
Alcohol.
Yeah. Like if I could say, okay, well, someone will be tending to our children for the next few days, and all I have to do is, hit my probably right to left ball flight with my 8-iron on number 5 and get intoxicated and talk with Lisa Ann and all the lovely ladies who will be in attendance at this golf tournament. And it's about 75% women in the field.
And so many will be there just to watch and eat a donut.
Yes!
Right.
And what's great in the past,
your
you
point.
haven't been able to see the overhead shot.
Nice.
But what the drone will provide is you'll see exactly where the women are.
Yep, where they
Because,
gather.
Yeah, it's like when you see like salt or sugar on the sidewalk and you got about 500 ants that are crawling directly toward that sugar cube.
Right.
That's what it looks like on the overhead shot of, Walrus
donut.
just running towards what we like to call a female.
Oh, it's a
we like to
girl.
call it.
We like
What do
to
they
call
call
a
them?
female. So that is It's going to be a pony. Yeah, I got to figure it out. It's going to be difficult. But, we'll see if we can discipline ourselves.
Are you really going Saturday, Point Fest?
No.
No, that's going to be a long day.
You're going?
Oh, yeah, I want to see Papa Roach, and I definitely want to see Hailstorm.
Lizzie Hale.
Lizzie Hale. I can't meet her, but...
Not happy about that.
No, I don't care.
She's probably not happy about it either.
She's not happy about it. She loves meeting people, but I think because of the COVID...
She doesn't like just meeting people. She likes meeting you.
I'd love to meet Lizzie Hale, but it's not going to happen.
Kenny, stop pouting. I haven't seen you pout like this since we messed up the shrimp Paul de Jong order in Bombay. That's
What
from
am I
a
pouting
pastry
about?
chef named Mesfin 2.0.
What am I pouting about?
I don't know.
I like that.
I'm not pouting at all. Why don't you call in? We'll talk about me pouting.
Now you can call in as well. Pastry chef named Mesfin 2.0, 636-9004 TMA. Tim, I will be there. I'll be collecting tips for being expressionless. That's from Bill's wife.
We had one gal made like $300.
Yeah, it was more like
icy demeanor she had.
400, and she couldn't have been nicer.
Like a statue.
We got a big week next week. I mean, Plowhawk and I can't sleep. When I have a fan page club championship match,
I get horny.
I get Randy too. Really? So we have that on Monday. I guess we try to rest up on Tuesday, and then here we go. Wednesday, Maggie O'Brien's Sunset Hills, TMA Live. Probably going to have some Blues playoff games in there, inevitably. Thursday, the Dotem, live broadcast from 7 to 10, then ball striking in the pavilion afterwards. Oh, that's going to be like an orgy. And then Friday, live broadcast, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., Dotem, ball striking. Another Friday orgy.
Another after party.
Yeah, man.
Saturday, you got Point Fest, and then we're off Monday at least.
I got to drive to Branson after the Friday Dotem.
Oh, have you?
I got to drive to the Ozarks.
Yakov Smirnoff?
What's up?
Clip that off.
I don't think he's playing there anymore. I think since he's from Russia, they don't let him play there anymore.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I really think they stopped him from performing because he's Russian.
Really?
Yeah, I think I read that.
Well, I'm glad the Blues didn't stop Tarasenko from performing.
There's some people that wanted him off the team.
Well, how about Barbashev?
And him, too. All the Russians.
Buchnevich.
I think somebody posted that
Pachinko.
all the Russian players should not play. I think Kelly Chase might have tweeted something out like that. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think he was agreeing with somebody that said, yeah, they should not be playing.
Kelly Chase said the Blues shouldn't be playing Tarasenko?
I'd have to, and I don't want to put words in Kelly's mouth. But I'm pretty sure somebody tweeted something out about that.
I feel like I would have been aware of that.
And I thought Kelly said something like, you're exactly right, or something to that effect. If that's not the case, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure.
If all the Russian players couldn't play, you'd be knocking out, 10% of the league, maybe? 10, 15%?
Yeah.
And I don't think these guys had anything to do with Vladimir Putin's decision
I just think
to invade Ukraine.
somebody reposted it on the fan page. If I'm wrong, I apologize.
You literally just put words in his mouth. That's from the bastard James
I said I don't want to put words in his mouth, so I may be wrong on what I'm saying, but again, I preface it by saying I could be wrong.
I'm looking,
but I'm pretty sure I saw that because there was a lot of responses on the fan page over this tweet.
What? I didn't see it.
Well, unless you're on there, it's
well,
on,
I mean,
it's on there for.
But even if I'm not on the fan page, I would have thought I would have been aware of it. I feel like it might be one of Jackson's links.
Right.
I'm in April.
I remember
2nd.
that being like a conversation, but I remember it being shot down by like 98% of the masses.
Yeah, it wasn't a popular topic. As far as you can't do that, but there were some people that agreed.
This guy's a freaking loose cannon. Would you please do one iota of research before making statements about sports? That's from the wedding tag.
I did the research when I saw it. That's what I said. I don't want to put words in his mouth. I could be off on this, but I remember seeing something like I said, God, I can't believe he went there.
I'm in March 29th.
Well, he would have responded to somebody's tweets. I don't know if that would come up on his Twitter feed.
It's been going on longer than that.
Yeah, it goes back to February. Maybe they see like February. Maybe he did. I don't know. But I think you said it was for the playoffs. Is that what you said? Iggy? Hello? Nurse?
I don't know.
Oh, he just zoned out. He just looked out the window and zoned out on it.
No, I don't remember the date.
No.
And again, I want to put
Somebody's
words in
texting in and saying he did say something like that. So there you go. Maybe he's right. I don't know.
We got drops of the week. I do know that. Ladies and gentlemen, Doug, it's been an incredible week.
Okay.
Here in our Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour, even though it's 9:04. It's time for our drops of the week.
Hit the lever, Plowsy.
Iggy's drops of the week.
Yeah, there's a lot of sexual energy here.
He's very comfortable in his sexuality.
That's correct.
Well, she wouldn't say she's wet. I've never heard slop sleeve.
We're such a bro show.
What's that?
Let's not make this an all poop show. Go ahead, Leather. Spill your guts.
I've got takes. I've talked everything else. After Silence of the Lambs, I danced around.
What's that?
Raspberry zinger, man.
Even though you didn't like one of them, you'd have preferred the nipple licking.
There's no Hoosier boning a Dover soul.
You'll be eating me.
Yeah, I'm a big creep. I banged my cleaning lady one time. I still had to pay for the cleaning.
What's that?
Oh, hey. Hey. I'm single, but I'm in love with these two guys.
Kiss my ass.
Oh. Brian Henshin, whisper slut.
Finally got around to watching the final episode of Righteous Gemstones last night.
Okay, that'll change the subject.
Because I'm very good at resetting.
Who gave you the butt plug? Somebody named Gertrude?
One of them's damp, that's all I know.
My penis was in the Guinness Book of World Records once.
What's that?
I'm never wrong. I had grammatical, oh, God. God, some of these people.
We would be bordering with Texas if Oklahoma weren't cucking us.
That's science. I don't know science.
Astronomy is science, brah.
Well, not in my book.
Wild mood swings with each game. Yeah, Doug, that was interesting. Okay.
No, I agree.
All right.
The fountain is like an ASMR video. Clip, clip. Cut, cut. Suck, suck.
What's that?
Hello, opportunity. Meet Mr. Johnson.
You listen to Spittin' Chicklets?
Oh, no.
No, I'm fascinated with serial killers.
Wow, what a hard jawline.
I have nothing to do with the golf tournament.
I love to celebrate myself.
Yeah, Doug looks way better with wood.
How do you tuck a testicle?
What's that?
That was Iggy's drops of the week.
Doug, there it is. I mean, you got to feel good about the work. Buck Swope is the best in the business, right?
Yep. He did that?
No.
Iggy
sent
did
me
that.
this. He sent me the Kelly Chase tweet, and it was this. We have good friends and teammates that are Russian, but it will be interesting to see you, and I'm just reading what he tweeted word for word, even though I know this might be, I don't know, autocorrect or something, but it will be interesting to see you starts the ball rolling, sending the boys home. It will take some balls. Hate to say it, but it would sure as S would make a statement. That was Kelly Chase on the Twitter tweets. And I'm trying if I can find
February
it.
26th.
February 26th, which I believe was right around the time of the Russian invasion.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, it would have made a statement, that's for sure.
All right.
And absolutely nothing was done about any of it. It's not even mentioned. It never even gets brought up, does it?
In what way are you talking about, like with Russian players? In the
I've not heard a Russian player interviewed to hear their thoughts about it or any discussion about not allowing Russian players to take part.
Well, and I think Panarin of the Rangers before the Russian invasion had critical words about Putin, and I believe he was scared to go back to Russia. He was getting threats. But this was before the Russian invasion. But he was very open and honest about Putin and Russian government. It was either this off-season or last year. And he...
I wonder how many of those guys go back after their playing career.
It's home. I'm sure a lot of them do.
I bet most of them stay. Usually only get the stars. Not always, but usually the Russian players here are really good players. And so they make a lot of money, and they get a good life going here. I wonder how many of them really go back.
Yeah, but Jokic, an NBA player, just won an MVP and could have signed a $245 million deal and is hanging out in Serbia.
That's not Russia.
Right. Well, I'm just saying they go back to their home countries.
Well,
I mean,
it's different kind of home
how
countries.
much money they make in, the U.S.
But it's a whole different political setup in Serbia and Russia.
No, I get that. My point was just they always do go back home, regardless of how much money they make in the States. They have family.
A lot
friends.
of Canadians don't.
Okay, I mean,
how does that work?
Borders the United States. We're not talking.
I'm sure a lot of them aren't U.S. citizens, so you have to get, a work permit every year to do that. Do they have to get it renewed every year if you're a professional athlete?
I think so. I think they have to have a green card.
There are people that miss games, players, because it was either expired or they had an issue with their work visa.
I think they do.
I think the leagues or the teams kind of handle that, right?
Mhm.
It's not on necessarily.
They got liaisons.
My tongue will handle you.
Yes.
Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today comes your way at 9:45 on our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Design Air is the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. If you would like a connection and an introduction to Seth Goldcamp of Design Air, please email me or DM me on social media, and I will be more than happy to connect you. I did a few connectings yesterday, and Seth responds right away. That's his specialty, and you are more than welcome to go to designairservice.com and just click on the Book Now tab and let them know you're a TMA listener, and they're going to take great care of you like they have taken care of me and Doug for years. We are incredibly happy Design Air Heating and Cooling clients. Now, I don't think, Iggy, we have temperatures over the 90s after today up until next Friday. It looks like it's going to be really good weather next week.
There's a couple days high 70s, but low 80s, mid 80s.
And for the record, now I know most people listen to your forecast. The Apple forecast is a high of 86, a low of 65 on Thursday, May 19th of the Dotem, and a high of 93 and a low of 71 on Friday, May 20th of the Dotem.
I'm not getting that hot.
You're not getting it? Okay.
How do they have as far as rain?
No rain in the forecast. 70% chance of storms on Wednesday. Doug, will we be playing lift, clean, and place on Thursday?
Gosh, maybe even keep the carts on the path.
Well, that's a scramble, so you can do what you want with the ball. But maybe cars on path. Depending on how much rain. I don't have a lot of rain in the forecast.
Maybe just a little sprinkle will just kind of spruce
It'll
the course
soften
up
the
a little.
greens and allow the players to just fire darts at those
They won't
pins.
be firing darts.
Yeah, by then we may need a little rain. Cause
Like pistols after they top it.
if it goes all the way to next Wednesday, I mean, that'll be over a week, 10 days without rain. So we need a little rain next Wednesday.
Hey, TMA STL shop, we have brand new T-shirts for the Blues run, and there's a little buzz about a Cronky Clown Nose T-shirt. A little buzz about it, but we have, if we can just get hot, we can win this baby. And it is up, and you can go to tmastlshop.com. And today, everything in honor of the Blues winning last night is 10% off, including the If We Can Just Get Hot, We Can Win This Baby T-shirt with the TMA logo. All the T-shirts, the Dotem T-shirt for the golf tournament, the TMA logo T-shirt, which I believe is our best seller, the B-Fib shirt, everything. It's all in there, and it's all 10% off. Get it right now, because it's only going to be a one-day sale in honor of the Blues winning last night to advance to the second round against the Colorado Avalanche. TMASTLshop.com. 12 more wins, and there's another parade down market. How do you do?
Well, I'm fine.
So it'll be, what, Colorado, and then Calgary, and then Patty Maroon? Is that what it's going to be?
That'd be nice. If you could script it, I think that's what you'd want.
So you beat Cronky, then you get revenge for 86.
Yeah, because that's weighing heavily on our minds. It's almost been 40 years, but it's hard to get over.
And then the hometown hero. And you know he'll come back here, and he'll be a little S-starter out
Loaded
there.
for bear.
He will be.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. There's your map for your next 6 weeks if you're planning trips.
That would be perfect. That would be perfect. Love to see him play Tampa in the finals. Got the little issue of Colorado in the way, but
Blues are plus 290. Throw some cash on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Check out the If We Can Just Get Hot Baby, if we can just get hot, we can win this baby. T-shirt, TMASTLshop.com. We will close out our appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour. You are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
The Fan Page Club Championship at Gateway National Golf Course, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it, is officially underway. A bunch of guys went out in the heavy wind conditions and complained about the rules. People got eliminated. You can't even come out and see the tournament, but you can follow it on social media. Check out TMA STL on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all the updates and videos of guys making like triple bogeys to win the hole. Pretty dumb stuff. Brought to you by The Morning After and Michelob Ultra.
You can get an insurance quote anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? The James Carlton State Farm team is comprised of individuals right here in your neighborhood. We are out supporting our Blues, Cardinals, Bills, and Tigers. Do something new in 22 and kick the out-of-town companies to the curb. Give us a call or go online to carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
Tullamore Dew is one of the best-known and most loved Irish whiskeys in the world. Founded in 1829 in the town of Tullamore and inspired by early owner Daniel E. Williams, whose initials live on each bottle to this day. As one of the world's top 2 Irish whiskeys, Tully prides itself on exceptional liquid quality. The original triple blend of malt whiskey, grain whiskey, and pot still whiskey come together to create an unrivaled taste and character like no other in the category. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
The first TMA Live of 2022 is coming. Coming. The night before the Dotem pre-party, sponsored by Engineered Design Facilities, May 18th at Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills. Be a part of TMA Live from 7 to 10 p.m. Take part in, or watch, the Lisa Ann dating game. You cuck. Get $16 domestic bucket specials. And don't miss their house Reuben rolls. It's free to get in, so put it on your damn calendar. The night before the Dotem pre-party, May 18th at Maggie O's. Find out more at TMASTL.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Watch TMA on YouTube. Click the bell to subscribe. Download the podcast. Find it at TMASTL.com or wherever you podcast. And check us out on TikTok at TMASTL.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalitas. TMA listeners know that Rosalitas Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalitas is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalitas has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalitas cater your next event. Check out RosalitasCantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalitas.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT-FM HD2,
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Doug, you wanted Los Lonely Boys? You got them.
We'd like to have had them a little earlier in the show. I don't know why we don't have them on all the breaks coming back, but you get what you get.
That's a great song.
Eggy is not in studio.
Didn't make it back this time. So much to do.
Jackson said he was plunging a sink?
He's used to that.
Does that even work?
Good one, Fosse. There's some water in the sink, and he said if there was a plunger nigh, he would start to plunge it. I don't know if he found a plunger, but I would really like to see Iggy plunge that sink. Would have brought back some memories.
Does it even work to plunge a sink?
You want to find out?
I don't want to do the plunging.
We can use your chest.
Doug's so disappointed.
Jackson, you just got Jackson has been suspended a period of 2 days' time. His name is going to the STLTaxLawyer.com suspension log. Thank you, Mark Milton, for trying to keep people in order. I know it's hard. I know it's hard at times, but it's not that hard for him to help you out if you have any kind of IRS problems, any kind of tax issue at all. Maybe you didn't pay for a couple of years. Maybe the
Nope.
IRS is coming
Nope.
after you. You call Mark Milton. He'll get you taken care of. He's the STL tax lawyer, and that's his website, stltaxlawyer.com. Just need your taxes done? Simple. He can do that too. But, of course, he specializes in helping people who have real IRS problems. And Jackson may, based on his recent behavior.
Yeah, and if Jackson needs some insurance, I'd go to James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net. He is in Webster Groves. He is my insurance agent, and I recommend him wholeheartedly. 90% of homeowners in Missouri escrow their home insurance with their mortgage and have no idea what they're paying or what they're covered for. Call James today to make sure your biggest asset is protected. The switch is easy. They do all the work for you. It just takes one phone call or apply online at carltoninsurance.net. People do business with James' team because they like and they trust him. Check out their Google reviews, their Facebook reviews. They are all from right here in your community and ready to serve you. When you call in, you're going to get a live person right now. Automatically, just the way that it is. Eager to take care of whatever the purpose of the call is. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net. In about 35 minutes, we will do, 25 minutes, we'll do the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. You're welcome to call in. RJ called in the Appliance Discounter's 8 o'clock hour. Who will call in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour? 636-9004, TMA, Steve Schmidt, Kia of North County phone lines. And text in to our Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. Brand new shirts for the Blues win. If we can just get hot, we can win this baby.
I like them.
They are up. TMASTLshop.com. And in honor of the Blues winning, everything in the TMASTL shop is 10% off today. 10% off everything, including these brand new shirts. And Jackson has sent an email requesting the Stan Kroenke Clown Nose t-shirt. Plowhawk, you have gone with the clown nose before. It may have led to a self-furlough.
But going in, I knew that. It's a fan favorite. You know, whatever character happened to be behind the clown nose, you know, it could be a successful businessman, could be a hot dog vendor situation, and it could be Stan Kroenke. I think it'd be great.
So that is out there. If you have ideas for T-shirts, please don't hesitate to email me, T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com, or DM me on social media. And hell, if I like the idea, I'll send you $100.
Will you?
Yeah, if we turn it into a T-shirt, I will.
All right.
You have my word on it.
It's a good incentive.
Yeah. So feel free. Hell, all I can do
Crowdsourcing content is key.
All I can do is incentivize the people, Doug. That's what I want to do. That's what we will. That's what we will do. Jeremy Rutherford going to be in studio. I just found out for Balloon Party, also known as Lil Piddles and Hot Love.
Yes, sir.
Jackson, somebody wants me to ask you about the Sports Center update yesterday.
Sure.
Tell the people what happened. You had the Blues play in the Wild in Minnesota, I guess? Is that
Yeah.
right?
No.
I get it flip-flopped. Because the last time for Game 5, I said it was going to be in St. Louis. So, you know, that kind of stuff happens.
At least I'm sure the fan base is probably very understanding.
No, that's a bad read, actually.
No.
Plowhawk, all hell broke loose.
Yeah. That was
and then something else happened after. He started to stumble.
Oh, yeah.
And then his father texted him and said, just write this stuff down.
Yes. This is why people don't trust the media.
But, I mean, that happens. Broadcasting is a trial and error practice, so some days you hit, some days you don't. And that was a situation where after I did that, I closed the text line. Don't need to see that.
Because it got so ugly?
Well, I know I made a mistake, so I don't need to hear from the peanut gallery on my mistake.
Jackson, open it up and just embrace the hate.
Oh, I embrace it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But just, I don't need to see it every single second.
Speaking of which, I want to go to the Plowhawks Twitter page. Who do you have as your avatar right now? Is that Anthony Gargano from Philadelphia?
Yeah, I need to.
My favorite one.
Too much. I need to.
I like that one a lot.
He is screaming into the mic. Actually, I don't know what he's doing.
There needs to be a more banty take at the top right now. Right now, it's just a happy picture of you at your appearance with Jackson the other night. What are you upset about? What could get you going on Twitter today?
Well, I just told you, the Cardinals. They're a 4A baseball team with major league prospects dying on a vine. Again, like I said, how would you like if Tarasenko was still in San Antonio scoring 50 goals a year? But he needed to play.
Nolan Gorman did hit his, hello? did hit his 13th home run last night.
Yeah.
How about if you lose every golf ball I gave you today on the course? That'd make you banty.
We changing subjects?
I may not need to do
The
that.
question was, what would make him banty? I gave an answer.
Oh, okay.
He has returned.
I was busy.
What were you busy? Were you plunging a sink?
I was.
You did plunge the sink.
Yeah, but it's...
What was going on? What happened?
I don't know. Well, like, they listen to the show. They know that I'm good at plunging bathroom sinks.
Who does?
Not everybody has experience in that either.
So I try to help out. I didn't do it, but I was helping.
Did you get the clog undone?
It's coming there. It's coming. It's getting there.
There was actually a plunger right there for you to use?
No, Jody had to go find one. I said, if you find a plunger, I'll do it.
But it didn't work.
Well, it's starting to work, but I don't know what's in there.
They're excited that there was a girl in the window on the YouTube chat.
God almighty.
Oh, it's a girl.
Probably paused it. Zoom in.
How many guys do you think actually watch that just to see who goes by the door?
More than one.
Hey, Plowstoner, San Antonio hasn't been the Blues AHL affiliate in 5 years.
Really? Where are they
It's
at?
from Midge.
Aren't they in Peoria?
Again? I thought they left Peoria. I thought
Anyone want to fire some more guesses?
I thought that
No,
Chicago.
There's a team in Springfield.
There you go.
And the netminder scored a goal last night.
Yes, he
You know
did.
that?
Joel Hofer.
Joel Hofer scored.
Thunderbirds.
They're in Springfield, huh?
Bring them up. Illinois, Springfield, Illinois, or obviously not Missouri.
Massachusetts.
Well, my take was still accurate.
Massachusetts.
I think at the time, Terrace
Why would you have
had
it?
been in San Antonio. It's
you
not
have your-
Springfield, Illinois?
No, Springfield, Massachusetts.
Why would you have it in Massachusetts?
Pepper and Genie is playing out right in front of us here.
Well, we really pay attention to the Blues minor league affiliates.
It's weird how they do it in hockey. It's not like baseball where the Cardinals own the teams now and put them real close because they can put them wherever they want.
Yeah, well, Tarasenko will be playing somewhere, and it wouldn't be in St. Louis, was my point. They've played in like 5 different areas of their AAA affiliate.
There's always Peoria.
It changed a lot, yeah.
Oh, Peoria, then it was Chicago, then it was San Antonio.
Is that the AHL?
Yeah.
Just guys getting everyday at-bats.
You would think you would want it closer to Springfield if you could, just in case you needed a last-second call-up. When that was in Chicago there for a while, that made sense.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get there that day and get off the plane and go check into a hotel
From
and get to
Springfield,
the rink.
Massachusetts, yeah, I bet it takes all day.
Yeah, it's probably 4 stops. Obviously, North Carolina.
What?
Everybody stops in North Carolina. No matter where you go, you stop in North Carolina.
Oh, I thought it was Atlanta.
I went to Atlanta once and stopped in North Carolina. Didn't make a lot of sense.
No. I once went to Seattle and stopped in Phoenix.
I went to Vancouver and stopped in Phoenix.
Yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense.
We went to
me.
Vegas and stopped in Los Angeles.
Nice. So you get to fly back.
Well, John.
To the AVNs one year because Biff doesn't like taking Southwest because he can't get first class. So we took American Airlines and going to Vegas. We had a stop in LAX.
Biff always flies first class, does he?
Just let us get some parachutes. You went right over Vegas. Why are you passing it by?
You might not survive the parachute drop.
Iggy and Biff parachute out of a plane.
It's probably too high. You're probably too high up there.
Way too 35,000 feet?
Yeah.
That's not too high.
We'd probably freeze when you jumped out of there.
Your nose would just explode. It would just instantly explode.
Yeah, you usually don't jump from that high from a plane.
Well, regardless, Tarasenko will be playing somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
The first class is worth it, though. We had some braised short ribs.
Braised?
Braised short ribs and a chocolate sundae.
Don't say Sunday.
Oh, I like that,
Don't
Doug.
say
Big
Sunday.
fan. I like that a lot.
Big fan.
It's Sunday.
No.
Don't say Sunday.
You got it, Iggs.
Chocolate Sunday.
Lance Painter furious. Boy, hearing about the Scarecrow stops during random flights to his creep show vacation sure is good radio. Cut it out, you butt plug dork. Lance Painter, Doug.
Oh.
It wasn't a vacation. I worked my ass off.
Well, they're all.
Boy, some of these people will write in and rip us.
Jackson, do you have anything you want to tell the audience about?
Absolutely.
Here we go, Doug. Here,
You know,
you got something.
You don't have to jump out of a 35,000 foot plane to hear this. You can hear this right now.
We were descending.
Yeah. Well, 35,000 feet is still high, but you know what feels really good is just sitting around with your friends, beautiful day. It's summer in St. Louis, and you're drinking a local St. Louis beer that's delicious. We all know about Urban Chestnut. We know that Zwickel is the #1 selling craft lager in the region. It's incredibly clean, approachable, German-style beers. But what really is the draw is go into one of their 2 locations, either the one off Wash Ave in right by Slough, or the one in the Grove with the big 500-person beer hall, and just hanging out with your friends, enjoying the warm weather, having good conversation. The best thing that goes with that is a delicious Urban Chestnut beer, just hanging out with your friends. It's a lovely time, and when that weather gets warm, you head to the beer garden over there by Slough, and you just enjoy the weather, or they open the doors up in that huge, awesome beer hall, and you just have a wonderful time sipping on delicious Urban Chestnut beer. And if you can't go to the location itself, you go pick up a couple beers and, maybe sit in the backyard, because nothing feels more like summer in St. Louis than a local beer who's involved in the community, good friends, good conversation. That's Urban Chestnut. Check them out. Their breweries on Wash Ave near Slough, or their 500-person beer hall there in the Grove. That's Urban Chestnut.
There it is, Urban Chestnut. Welcome aboard the Ryan Kelly Morning After. If you'd like to get on board the program, email me, T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com. Maybe we'll get together. Maybe we'll go out and play golf. Maybe we'll become friends. Maybe we'll become lovers. I don't know. But here's what I can assure you. Doug, watch this. ROI.
Return on investment.
ROI.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. Why do we have the same sponsors? Why do we have new sponsors? Well, because it works.
Yeah, it sure does.
You use Head and Shoulders, but you don't have dandruff. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Think about that.
That was really good.
No, I know it was really good. I didn't need to hear that it was really good. I already knew it was really good.
Oh.
I'm so excited about myself. Jackson, I just sent you all the sponsors.
Yeah.
You got them? Okay, for the
God bless.
our Dogtown Tide drone video today.
Yep, that was good stuff.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I have all those.
Yeah.
Cletus is in front of us. That's problematic for
I'll be
pace of
hitting
play.
him.
Who's he? Is he playing with Flower? Not Marc-Andre Fleury, but the Florida Flower.
No, I'm sure Guy.
And what, he's a married man on retainer?
Mike Lee.
You're the man, Pleasant.
Yeah, it'll be a fun one.
Doug, you want to set the over-under for our scores?
Not really. No.
I'll break 100.
You will?
Oh, yeah.
What a guarantee.
Well, I'm an 18.
You said it so sheepishly.
I think I went down. I had to post my 86.
Where'd you shoot 86? Oh, Gateway?
Yeah, for my match point.
If I can find what I found on last Saturday, I think I could go real low today with the dry conditions.
Doug, you want to set Jackson's number 86.5?
Ooh, that might be right on the money.
I'll say 88 and a half.
Ooh, so a little more there.
Yeah, I think he's a bit shook from being suspended earlier.
Here's a good number if somebody wants to make some bets. I'm going to say my over-under today is 91.
91.
Yeah, there would be a lot of people betting on that.
In honor of Tarasenko.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I did it.
Plowhawk, what number do you want to set? And I'll post these on the fan pin because we'll have the video up on TMA_STL.
Yeah.
I'll do 98.5.
98.5. Doug, where do you want to set my number?
Yeah, I'll do 91.5 so we don't have any pushes.
Okay. 81 and a half.
That's probably that's a nice number, too.
I think that might be the number. I was going to say 80 and a half.
Okay.
Nice number. All right, you're pretty good at setting these golf lines.
Yeah.
You want to come out and
No.
do
Well, at least send a camera truck.
No. Will not be covered.
Seems like a miss.
No.
Said Will
Isn't it sweeps?
Might let Rich Gould then have it.
Said Will Zalatoris is 75.5.
Rich Gould out there.
Dumbass.
Doug reminds me of a young Tony Curtis. I can picture him as a gladiator in the Circus Maximus. Slay my damp rump, you stud. That's from Jonas Grumby in the YouTube chat.
Jonas Grumby. That was, you know who Jonas Grumby was? That was the skipper on Gilligan's Island. That was his real name.
What do you call it?
That was Alan Hale.
My damp rump, you stud.
Oh. Alan Hale was the actor, but the skipper's real name was Jonas Grumby, the skipper.
Usually there's some kind of conversation going on in that YouTube chat, but just out of nowhere, Jonas Grumby said Doug looks like a young Tony Curtis.
Who's Tony Crisp?
I don't look at all like Tony Curtis.
Tony Curtis.
Not the least bit like Tony Curtis. He was a dark-haired Italian guy, wasn't he?
I can see it a little.
Not the least bit.
Spent a lot of time at the Playboy Mansion.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Who, Tony Chris?
You put words in people's mouths.
Cardinals traded him for Chuck Finley in 2002.
That is his daughter, isn't it? Jamie Lee?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee, Kelly, Allegra, Alexander.
He was a good-looking guy back in the day. He was a playboy.
Well, now that I can see the comparison to me.
It's
but
starting
just
to work.
facially, not the least bit.
So who do you look like the most?
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow, yeah.
A little bit of Burgess Meredith.
Milt May.
Burgess Meredith.
Milt May, catcher with the Pirates. Pull
All
up
right.
his picture. I looked just like that when I was
Pull up Milt
that
May.
age.
See what we got. Milt
Yeah.
May.
See, you get the good-looking ones. Somebody actually posted one
Just
the other
like
day.
that.
and-
Wow, you do. I know, it's stunning, actually.
Mill May?
Milt. I got
Catcher for the Reds?
I got a baseball card of him once when I was in Miami and walked around the newsroom covering up the Milt May and said, "Here's when I played for the Pirates," and people believed it. So, oh, no kidding, didn't know that.
Yeah, you do look a lot like him.
I thought he played for the Reds.
We're doppelgangers. He played for a couple teams, Astros and
Tigers.
Pirates.
There was a guy in the Florida
Sox.
Panthers that looked just
Play
like.
Sox? I can't believe you've ever watched a moment of Florida
Oh, no.
Panthers hockey.
I was told this. I didn't discover it.
What to say? This is going to be big for you in about 45 minutes.
See, I get the other ones. But somebody posted the other day, oh, my God, this is Iggy. A picture of George Burns, and he was like 100.
Oh, no.
Hold on, I'm about to find it. I think I know.
And there was a similarity, actually.
With you and George Burns?
Yeah.
And you're all right with that?
I don't really care.
No.
Just don't come out to the tournament if you haven't paid.
Wow, it goes back to that.
I really don't care about that either.
You know, you're off that now.
Yeah, do what you want. I don't really care. I'm going to do a show and then go have fun. If you want to come make an ass of yourself and get free donuts and Bloody Marys, go ahead. It's up to you.
It's the possibility of losing a donut that really has you flustered.
Nick.
They already have mine.
Nick.
Jonas?
Bustad? B-J-U-S-T-A-D. This is, again, difficulty with pronouncing these hockey players' names. Nick.
Okay.
Bustad.
What about him?
That's who I was told I looked like. That was my look.
Franco opinion in the big alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay. Doug, it is Friday. It's 9:36. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today coming up in our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour in about 10 minutes. But first, it's time for our Bird Early Cutlery Cuts of the Week.
Cuts of the Week are brought to you by Birdarelli Cutlery. Visit them on the Hill or online at birdarellico.com. Cut
1. What do you know about astronomy?
I'm a big fan of the stars.
And did you study it at all in college or anything?
Big piece of solar fire that broke off the sun the other day, and it almost hit the Earth last night.
Solar fire?
That's correct.
Flare? Solar flare?
Solar flare. Same thing.
So, like fire came?
Yeah, it's
correct.
a big ball.
Yep.
And it almost hit us.
No, it came into the Earth's atmosphere.
An asteroid?
No, just a big chunk of solar flare.
So a meteor.
And
Traveled 93 million miles to here, and our atmosphere broke it up?
it broke it up, and if you were in the northern part of out of Minnesota way,
right,
you saw a little blue hue last night. That's from the solar flare.
Could that have been Aurora Borealis they saw?
No, that was Kramer.
That's how
Roberts
Aurora
flying in.
Borealis, that's how those colors get there. But very rarely do you get it in the United States. And last night it was a small solar flare. But there was one, and you could see a little blue hue of the aurora.
In Minnesota, you could.
Out in the Minnesota area, yeah.
International Falls region, Duluth.
Maybe up there in Brainerd.
Brainerd, okay.
Brainerd,
yeah, up in the Iron Range.
Brainerd got a little blue.
Okay.
Couldn't see it here, no.
Brainerd.
But yeah, that's what happened last night, and that's why it's probably going to get a little warmer today because of that solar flare.
That's the only reason.
Well, that's what I was waiting for. Today's going to get 90.
Cut
2. Doug, Rebecca is on the line.
Okay, we're at the cast iron.
Nope, she's not.
She is not.
This
Doug,
is
that
not
was
real.
a pitch out. No, she's not.
That was Ray. That was Ray that was on the line.
Maybe somebody knows Rebecca gave me the cast iron pan. They're going to call on us, Rebecca. Hey, boys!
You think it's Stephen Wildwood?
How nice is this cast iron pan?
It's pretty nice.
Big, small?
Heavy,
Yeah.
probably.
I use it all the time.
The recovering alcoholic says, I can corroborate that Rebecca is a woman and that she was indeed wet. Thanks. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Grove.
Hey, imagine having the
Well, if it's
waitress
Rebecca, I
staff.
think about it. I don't like you besmirching Rebecca.
Oh, you just laid down the law.
You're very possessive.
She's a sweetheart.
Stop your besmirching.
Rebecca, person we've never met.
No.
I met her.
Well, we haven't.
Chubbs Peterson, Doug, you remember him? Was that Carl Weathers?
Yeah.
Pockets clearly has feelings for Rebecca. He also catches feelings for any female with a pulse that keeps him young. That's from Chubbs Peterson.
You don't know me. I do dig Rebecca. I think a lot of people, everybody knows that. Rebecca knows that.
Everybody knows. Oh, something's brewing here.
No.
But she's married.
I don't believe she is.
But she said she was with her husband.
It won't be much longer.
Well, then that's not her because...
Well, then who gave you the cast iron?
I said it was either Jennifer or Jessica or maybe Rebecca.
Yeah.
It was a female. That's all I know. I can't remember. I got so many things in that unboxing. It was almost embarrassing, many things I got.
That's when you just begged for presents?
I didn't beg. Somebody.
Rebecca is a young woman's name. You need to be more interested in women named Midge.
Midge.
Cut.
3.
No, I think what we're going to do is not do that. And then in the notes section, I'm going to put definitely not talking about Ozark's new season.
Yeah, I don't. But then our numbers go down because people haven't watched it. They're not going to listen.
We're following our numbers pretty. I don't even know how to do that, but
I don't either. But I'm sure they'll go down if we talk about the Ozark and nobody's. Oh, haven't seen it yet. Not listening. So, I mean, I want to talk about it, but I can't because I don't know.
What's the statute of limitations?
I don't know when we're allowed to.
I can tell it's really a difficult moment for you.
6. I want to say something so bad, and
Why?
Because I know you guys haven't watched it yet either. So.
Why do you want to say that?
watched
Say
it.
so
Oh,
bad.
have you?
You have takes so hot that they just need to say.
Yeah, I want to say
steaming out the
something.
years
Well,
right now.
maybe we give people a warning, and they can come back in 30 seconds after you get this thing off your
Blousy
chest.
hasn't watched.
I got
Blousy's still got 2
I'd
episodes
like
left.
to have it be.
Can you close your ears for 30 seconds?
Well, no.
No, and I like Jackson to watch it too, so we can all talk about it.
Okay, well, then I guess we shouldn't have brought it up.
We brought it up because I asked the question, when can we talk about it? If everybody on the dais has seen it, but it's only 2 weeks old, do you have to wait a month? Do you have to wait 6 weeks to give people a chance to watch it? I mean,
I'm going to put on the oven mitts because I think this hot take is coming out.
I don't know, this whole
Here we go.
the whole Netflix
Here we
thing
go.
now with streaming and
Cut.
I'll leave it at a 4.
Cue the drilling.
That's a Sibian.
me in face, no have a lack to cry. I woke up today, my makeup was upside down. Do you love me in the morning? Will you hold me in the rain? I'm a dreaming just to tell you, you don't have to dress up today. I love you deep down inside.
I think the Sibian comes in again.
I love you deep down inside. I love you deep down inside. The background noise.
Okay. It's a Sibian.
Cut.
5.
I banged my cleaning lady one time. I still had to pay for the cleaning.
You got a cleaning lady?
I did it one time.
Wow, I would 3-bet that light.
Yeah, but I still paid for the cleaning. I didn't
Was
get
this
it for free.
Bermuda?
No, it was here.
This definitely sounds like.
In your
There
apartment, you
needs
had
to
a
be,
lady
there needs
come
to be
and
a
clean?
budgetary session.
Yeah, once a week I had somebody come.
Once a week.
What are you doing to that apartment?
More than that?
No, I'm just. No, I'm.
I mean, I do the other stuff myself, but just once a week, come in a light dusting, you know?
A light dusting. You paid somebody to come in to do a light dusting
Like
in your
a
apartment.
A light dusting, and, you know, just shine up the...
Are you the only
Faucets.
person at the apartment complex with a maid?
I don't
Imagine
know.
a maid walking into an 800 square foot apartment. Goes,
Well, it didn't
"All
take her long.
I bet.
After a period of time. we
All
just
she was
had sex.
doing is a light dusting.
A light.
Well, she would do like the
There's 3
chrome.
surfaces?
She would do the chrome in the kitchen sink and the clean the kitchen, things like that. Just
You never really had this cleaning lady, did you?
why would I lie about that?
Because it just seemed.
Why would
Well,
you lie?
Midge
I don't lie
insists
about
you're lying. Guys, he's lying again. This is literally from an episode of Seinfeld. That's Midge.
No, George banged the office lady.
Yeah.
Wasn't his cleaning lady.
And the Hennigan's got him.
Yeah, what a
Well,
catch.
who hasn't had sex with the cleaning lady? Come on.
And those were the cuts of the week.
Wow, 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 Doug. You have to feel good about the week when you hear the cuts of the week presented by Bertarelli Cutlery.
Yeah, well, thank you, Bertarelli, for sponsoring that.
Pull up a chair and let me make a toast to everybody in St. Louis as the Blues advance to the second round by defeating the Minnesota Wild. Our Tullamore Dew toast, here's to making a big whiskey in a small town, to keeping your feet on the ground and your eyes on the prize, to the fan pinners in our lives, not to the likes in our phone, to a genuine toast over 1,000 hot guys. I mean high fives. Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey, the world's most popular, least famous Irish whiskey. Any waterproofing issues, any foundation repair needs, make sure you're working with Stratum Structural Systems online at stratumrepair.com. Work with the great Matt Ford, the great Brett Groman at Stratum Structural Systems if you're dealing with any waterproofing or foundation repair needs. It's Stratum Structural Systems. When we deal with storms in St. Louis, you can be dealing with waterproofing issues. Take a close look around the perimeter of your house and look closely for cracks in the foundation or a split. If you have a brick house, take a thorough look at your basement. Move furniture away from the walls. Move drapes away from the windows. House settling is common in Missouri. Look for the warning signs. Look for gaps in the windows and walls, water in the basement, leads to cracks in the foundation. Be sure your roof gutters and downspouts are clean and free of debris, especially at this time of year. Extend downspouts so water settles away from the foundation. This is so important. It's what Stratum does. 314-620-8153. Let them know you're a TMA listener when you call, and you get $100 off your repair project at Stratum Structural Systems online at stratumrepair.com. Let me see. Oh, it says think about it.
Okay, that's what I'll do now.
Think about it.
All right.
Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today coming up here in a couple of minutes. Balloon Party, 101 ESPN coming up at the top of the hour. Jackson and I will be down the hall. Jeremy Rutherford will be in studio. Will be a blues-centric conversation. Your questions will be welcome. Your comments will be welcome. 65780. That's how you can text in to our show on 101 ESPN. Pepper and Genie coming up, the award-winning podcast with the Plowhawk and Iggy. And then at 12, we'll be teeing off. Dogtown Ty will have his drone out there. Doug has set the over-unders for our rounds. Plowhawk 98.5, Iggy 91.5, Jackson 88.5, me 81.5. And you can bet overs, unders. And Doug, you are running a sports book, and people can contact you and put their money on it. And you charge 20% juice.
I'm available at BR549.
if you would like to place your wager. So there is your timeline. And here on this program next week, the Dotem, the Michelob Ultra Dotem pre-party. Maggie O'Brien's Wednesday night. The Dotem teeing off on Thursday with round 1, and then Friday at Normandy with round 2. Breakfast provided by Donut Drive-In, and then lunch provided by Salt and Smoke, and we'll have an after party in the pavilion. I don't know what the status is on the foursomes that went on sale at 8 o'clock, but if you want to play on Thursday, there may be 1 or 2 remaining. Go to tmastl.com to book your foursome for the Dotem, and we look forward to the festivities. Can't wait next week at Normandy, presented by Michelob Ultra, and then also Family Golf and Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. Check out Mentality today at lowtusa.com. Go to lowtusa.com, and you can do what I did a couple of weeks ago and go get tested and see what your testosterone levels are. My vitamin D was low, so I'll start taking some supplements for vitamin D. Testosterone strong to quite strong. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
You were probably off the charts, weren't you?
It is. You know, I made a child on a commercial break probably almost a year ago to the date, actually.
Yeah.
I think it was May. Was it May 13th?
I don't know the dates, Tim.
We had sex in like 3 straight days with Iggy singing. It was such an aphrodisiac for both of us. And now there's a child because of that. Think about that.
That's what I do.
Yep.
You make babies.
With my voice.
Yeah. You're a crooner. You're a crooner.
Yeah, I think it was May 13th. We've kind of tried to pinpoint the date. Yeah.
It's coming up on anniversary tomorrow. Today the 12th?
13th.
Today's the 13th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Friday the 13th.
Well, today's the anniversary.
Happy birthday, Bart. My dog's birthday as well.
Oh, is that right?
Oh.
Yeah, I got a situation. I have to pick up his cake right after work. and it has to be refrigerated. So I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you gotta talk to Mike D out at Normandy.
I'm gonna have to talk to Mike D at Normandy to see if they could stash my dog's birthday cake.
Why would a dog's cake need to be refrigerated? Like a dry cake? Dog food? Dry dog food?
No, dog biscuits is the base, peanut butter and whatnot, and just stay cool. I'm not saying freeze it, but it needs to be in a cool space.
Oh, does it?
Well, milk bones are on a shelf at the store outside. Peanut butter's on a shelf out of a refrigerator.
Probably made with some milk or eggs, I would assume.
Don't say milk.
So, I mean...
Is that good for a dog, milk and eggs?
Well, I don't know what the ingredients are, but I'm sure there are ingredients that need to be refrigerated.
Plus, you ever eaten a milk bone before?
I've eaten a piece of dog cakes. We get 3 of them a year. So
How do they taste?
They're actually not bad, man.
Really?
When you're
milk
high,
bone
you
as a
can't
kid.
tell.
LowTUSA.com is where you go, and then you check it out if you're dealing with any low energy, motivation, weight gain. No, it's fine. I think they're going to get more bang for the buck because we kind of weaved in a little dog cake story along with questions as to whether or not it should be refrigerated. Low energy, motivation, weight gain or muscle loss, fatigue, tired all the time, feeling anxious, moody, irritable, impatient, anxiety. Well, those can be symptoms of low testosterone. Get tested. It was really easy. Really a friendly group of people out there at Mentality. I went to the Chesterfield location. They have a couple locations in the St. Louis area, one in South County, one in Chesterfield. Decreased mental acuity and attention span and stress can cause focus issues on even the most simple tasks. Belly fat, feeling bloated, a lack of lean muscle and tone that used to be easy to get rid of or maintain, and you could have low libido, disinterested in your spouse or partner, which can lead to relationship problems. Tend to it by going to lowtusa.com and working with Mentality. Be the best for your family and yourself by having more energy and a better attitude. Be the very best for your wife and for your kids. Go to lowtusa.com. That is Mentality. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Day.
Okay.
Woot, woot, woot. Anybody have 2 wins so far, Jackson?
Yeah, T3
Timmy, Tom,
and
Tom.
the JV golf coach each have 2 wins apiece.
All right. I'm going into this filtered file. A lot of people didn't make it through the unfiltered. First off, I love you, Tim. Thanks for being you. Guys, I need your honest opinions. I think I was involved in a cuck last night, but it's tough to say for sure. I've been having some back problems, so I went to my chiropractor to get an adjustment. Started off like every other visit. I was face first on the table when all of a sudden Dr. Mikey's demeanor changed. He just started screaming at the top of his lungs. Then he lifted my hindquarters and slid my knees were all the way up by my ears and says, "Sit there and shut your damn mouth." I looked to my right, and he's yelling at his hot receptionist, Greg. You cheat on me, I cheat on you, buckaroo. With that, he proceeded to pull a stem the rose technique on my man body. But here is where it gets weird. Greg was self-pleasuring in the corner whilst this was going on. So was I in the middle of a cuck, or is Dr. Mikey playing games with my and Greg's hearts? That comes from, first name is May.
May.
And then the middle initial is I, and then the last name is it Touch It?
Yeah.
To shit. Oh. That came out like a French word.
Yeah, I dumped it just in case.
Okay.
You never know. You're on the side of caution.
Just write down Kevin Miller.
Okay. Kevin Millar.
I was a former Red Sox. I was heartbroken after last Friday's Blues loss. I thought it was all over for them. I decided to go down to the old Push and Pull Tavern for a few drinks and try and drown my sorrows. As late as it was, I didn't think there would be much of a chance of running into any cute and single stepdads. I should have known better to go out so late and so vulnerable. Nothing but leftovers in the bar, so I ended up taking home a very large man wearing Lululemon yoga pants. I didn't know how large he was until I peeled those bad boys off of him. He expanded like insulation when you cut the bag open. No turning back now, though. Took me a while to find his dirt star, but once I did, my tongue was attracted to it like it was a 9-volt battery. We both finished, and I helped him get back in his motorized cart and sent him on his way. I'm very superstitious, so I've got to track this mammoth of a man down for another round. That's Hammerin' Hank.
Hammerin' Hank.
So hot.
And young. I don't want to put words in Kelly Chase's mouth. But watch me irresponsibly shove words in Kelly Chase's mouth.
I was correct, though, by the way.
Reportedly, and again, it's like when I cry whilst pile driving Doug's.
Okay, who was it?
Well, it's not done. It's Brian Henson. But
Brian Henson suspended Suspended a period of 4 days time because he probably sent in 2 emails. So 4 days time for Mr. Hinchin on the STLTaxLawyer.com suspension log. You
don't know that he sent 2 in.
I bet he did.
And Young.
There it is. 4 days.
I love the visual of Ken sitting underneath the pissing tree of the dodo. The pissing tree.
It is. That's facts.
Pouting whilst the freeloading fats prance around with stolen donuts in free Q. Don't you like when barbecue's called Q?
No, I don't like it.
Any hoodles, sick lie after the Lauren humble brag yesterday, Colonel Creep. You don't know what I do after the show, Nate from the butthole of South Florida. Well, actually, Ken, we do know what you do because you usually use your 3rd or 4th daily hijacking to talk about your boring-ass home life. Pipe down, Tim. Enough blues talk. It's Ken time, baby. I went home, whacked it, watched a Hispanic soap opera, smoked a dart, whacked again. This time to some tea porn, burnt another heater, threw a slab of meat on the old Weber kettle. Someone stole the meat right off my grill, so I stir-fried some ditch carp instead. Whacked it, finished off my pack of Salems, and went to bed. Riveting stuff. You're one of a kind, Pockets. Thanks, number 1 Asian intern Brian Henshin. I don't want to put words in Doug's mouth, but I do want to dip my toes in there.
Oh, God, this guy.
He writes the Indianapolis Star.
Brian Hinchin. They can't possibly know some of the vile things he's writing to us. Can they? They can't.
And finally, dear diary, oh, what an evening. I learned so much about the classical art of winemaking and all its components. My plumber's best mate, Lynx, had me and my karate teacher, Dorf, over for a wine tasting last night. It was sublime. A red blend that was balanced in a fruity Malbec with perfect tannins, biff tannin, and a hit of walnut. A Chardonnay with just the right amount of buttery mouthfeel. My head was spinning. After polishing off all the bottles in his festive split-level home, we felt free and unfettered, but still thirsty. Lynx asked if we wanted to taste some of his homemade champagne. Naturally, we obliged. As his trousers hit the floor, the clink of his belt buckle slapping the hardwood gave me hardwood. I awoke to sun rays and the faint scent of lavender, along with a hairy arm dangling across my chest. I don't remember much. All I remember is that Lynx technically must refer to it as sparkling kidney wine, as we were not in the Champagne region of France. My head is pounding, my hemorrhoids are flaring, and my genital gout is throbbing. But I'll be back tonight for the cheese tasting. Until tomorrow, that's from Shrimply Pibbles.
Shrimply Pibbles. He's new.
That's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
Well, it's slim pickings. I'm going to go with a fellow by the name of Hammerin' Hank.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it was Henshin's 3rd email until
third.
You guys started talking about wine and regions, and so what is it? Shrinking pimple?
Shrimply Pibbles.
Whatever it is.
I'm going with Hammerin' Hank. Hammerin' Hank is shipped.
That's the second one.
Heating. Oh, wow. Hammerin' Hank tied with Timmy Tom Tom. Kind of a surprising appearance at the top of the leaderboard. Look
and
at this
JV
Hammerin'
Golf
Hank.
Coach has too, doesn't he?
Yes.
Okay. Doug, the standings are
okay.
Yeah, they're fluid.
They're fluid standings. All right, we'll be on Instagram and the TMA fan page today. The Plowhawk, Iggy, and Jackson and myself at Normandy with Dogtown Ty previewing the Dotem. All of our sponsors, hole by hole. And you can wager on the overs and unders, and there's really no money on the line, but go ahead and throw that around. Posted that on the TMA fan page on Facebook. Join that. Check out TMA STL Shop. Brand new merch, including the brand new If We Can Just Get Hot, We Can Win This Baby 2022 t-shirt, along with everything else in the TMA STL Shop. It is 10% off today, and today only, with this brand new t-shirt, TMASTLshop.com. Any ideas for t-shirts, don't hesitate to send them to me. And if we use it, we will. I will Venmo you $100. So there you go. Incentivizing.
That's nice.
Yeah. So there you go. T McKernan inside STL.com. I'm heading down the hallway to do balloon party. With
Come and get your whooping.
That's right. Jeremy Rutherford will be in studio with me. The Plowhawk and Iggy will be doing Pepper and Jeannie coming up. We'll see at Normandy at noon. For the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, the potted plant from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
KPNT FM HD2. Colin